amount of prize money on the line.
Baby, let's go! The jump in was perfect.
That was so slick. Again, this is a team tournament. We're going to see all these players go up against each other.
Oh! An unbelievable block!
There it is!
What a way to end!
Welcome everyone to Street Fighter League Pro US 2019 Season 1. I'm your host Rip, and today kicks off our 4th week of round robin competition. Of course, if you guys are new around here, SFL is 10 weeks of action in a double round robin competition with 3 team battles per week. And last time we were here, we saw Samurai actually OCV step up to the plate and give Team Storm their first team battle victory, while Punk and Justin Wong went down to the wire, and Punk kept his team undefeated, while NuckleDu's team put another full sweep on the board for them. So let's kick off this week's action and send it over to Tasty Steve and Vicious.
Thank you, Rip. Welcome again to another action-packed week of Street Fighter League. My name is Vicious, and here is Tasty Steve. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the format and how we've been doing things here at Street Fighter League. Steve, tell them about the format.
So this is a very unique format, like we said before, 3v3. That will be the team format. A pre-selected order will go up, and it is unchangeable. The first 2 players will be playing each other. The loser will be eliminated, and the winner will go to the bottom of the queue. The second group of players will play. Whoever wins stays alive by moving to the bottom of that queue. The loser will be eliminated. Last chance saloon. The last player on this team would have to return an OCV all 3 remaining players for a chance to stay alive in the tournament, but the remaining team member will win and move on further in this league's Street Fighter season. This is going to be a great show, and I'm telling you guys right now, we've had 4 weeks of battle, but tell them how much money is on the line, Mr. Vicious.
Oh man, it's just over $50,000 split amongst the top 3 teams, and this is the breakdown. First is going to be taking $30,000 home, second place is going to be taking $15,000, and third place rounding it up with $6,000 towards the end of the year, and it's going to be divvied up amongst the members of the team. Now, let's take a look at the current standings here. We have Team Inferno currently undefeated, right behind him with Team Gale, and Team Storm actually getting a W for themselves last week on the board, getting 3rd, as well as Team Cycle trailing right behind him in 4th. Team Spirit at 5th place, a huge bump up from the first time they started here at Street Fighter League, and Team Frost currently sitting at 6th place.
Now, as you said before, there's been a lot of changing when it comes to the standings so far. And I know the records don't seem that different. However, the most important thing is some of the rounds and the matches won in between there. But because they're playing 2 out of 3 matches, there's a lot of rounds in between there that could go in there and differentiate the score between these teams. So make sure you're paying attention to that too.
And what's just as important is not only the character select or the player selection in terms of the order, but the character bans that they decide to go with. A lot of the topic of discussion is how are they going to ban and kind of handicap some of the teams? Are they going to go for the captains or one of the secondaries? Who knows? But we've been seeing that time and time again with a lot of these teams. And check it out. We got Idom, Team Storm's captain, who hasn't been able to play his main this entire season, while NuckleDu and Team Gale, they have a large variety of characters under their belt and be doing pretty well for themselves, having that 2-1 record. And again, Team Storm with a 1-2 record. Matches won. It's going to be pretty important here. Every single win counts.
Well, you're telling the truth about that, and I can say that NuckleDu has one of the different strategies when it comes to the captains that we've seen so far. He's had access to a few of his characters. He hasn't picked Gale yet. I don't believe he's even picked Mika yet, but that just lets you know how many characters he has at his disposal. And on the other side of things, you have a player like Idom who has had to forcefully stay with his secondary, which is Birdie. He has been getting better. His team has been doing a lot of that work, and that's why it's really, really good to have somebody like Samurai behind you, to have somebody like Classico behind you, because like I said, that's coming a part of the major gameplay and the strategy here in this league.
And we'll see what the character selection is going to be for this team, as well as the bans, and Rip is standing by with both captains to take a look.
Alrighty, I am here, of course, with Idom and NuckleDu. You know, when both of your teams have played, the bans have been pretty much the same every single time. So I'm just going to ask you straight up, who are you going to ban from NuckleDu's team? Every time for us, it's been Ibuki, I think.
Yeah, we're going to ban Ibuki.
There you have it. And from your side, of course, NuckleDu, on their side, it's always been the Laura ban. What are you guys going to go with here?
Yeah, we're going to keep the trend going with Laura.
Laura getting banned again. Very, very predictable here, of course. But let's go ahead with your player order now.
It's going to be Classico, me, and then Samurai.
All right, so Classico, you, and then Samurai. Samurai, of course, the anchor last time with the OCV. How about your player order?
It's going to be Shine, Rob TV, and then myself.
All right, Shine, Rob TV, and then Knuckle-Doo. Let's send her on back to the desk.
And there you have it. They're going with that ban again. Idom is not going to be able to play his main, and that's been pretty much the story for Team Storm. However, there is an underlying factor. They do have the two other threats, Classico and Samurai, who've been putting a lot of work in each and every one of these weeks, right? They're watching Idom get better and better with this birdie, as well as sharpening their own mains. So we're going to see a whole different story this week.
Yeah, we tell you guys about the strategy that's involved only because we don't get 3v3 team tournaments in the Street Fighter scene all that often. There's only so many times that we get this strategy where it's going to be this effective, but having all these top players, having the best players in the country come here and not be able to play their main characters and have to strategize with other top players with the same mental caliber. Some might be higher, some might be lower, and there's just a little expertise in between, but all those things are turning into a great combo when it comes to these teams. Knuckle-Doo's team is the perfect example. Came out with a different strategy, put himself in the middle to kind of keep it close, and then you see Idom, who already knows that they're not going to let them pick his character. He
Never.
knows this.
Not ever.
And personally, Idom, I'd be like, yo, I don't care. Yeah, I know that I'm going to beat you anyway, so I don't care. I know you're going to ban my character, but that just lets you know. It shows you an extra mindset when it comes to the Street Fighter competition and lets you know just how difficult it is to succeed.
Yeah, you know, you think about the story between Team Gale and Team Storm, right? Team Storm kind of struggled in the first couple of weeks, but really pulled it out with the success of Samurai from last week, taking a full sweep, a reverse sweep, if you will. And then Team Gale, they've had 2 complete sweeps, actually 3 O's in the first week and last week. So, I mean, there could be some problems. There's going to be, you know, that threat of Samurai maybe doing it again. Classico probably taking out more of the team members. Idom finally getting a super solid birdie and probably 3-0ing him. Who knows? There's so much to tell. Again, the order is important. The character bans are important. We're going to see how it all lines up between these two teams as they duke it out. After this break, we will see. It's going to be 1st to 3.
This is the path of my destiny. Dare you challenge the king? This is the path of my destiny.
Pleased to meet you.
We're just about to get our first game of the week underway. We have Team Storm standing by against Team Gale, and the first players up to bat is going to be Shine with a Bandabuki. No longer allowed to play. He's been going with Jury anyway, right? His Jury has been showing us that he's pretty much capable with this character. The way he moves, the way he has his confirms, and just the overall game plan, he has it set in stone, and he's going up against Classico's Urian.
Yeah, Classico's Urian, like, we've been talking about him the entire span of this league so far, and he's been traveling around, getting his legs up under him, and he's played in a lot of tournaments. He also plays Urian, a character we don't get to see as often, has not have to worry about a character ban so far. Putting him first is a nice change-up that we have not seen so far. I like the fact that Iram is still messing with the idea of changing up his order, and I feel like him putting himself in the middle actually changes things up a bit, only because you force them to deal with the birdie matchup itself. Not just the level of the birdie, but the birdie matchup itself.
And the player order is definitely important. And here we go, the first game, Shine versus Classico. It's been a real calm match so far. Not too many risks being taken. It's just taking the time to kind of feel out each other for the information.
That violent knee drop. This pace that Classico is playing at is so effective right now. But we've seen a lot of times when Classico gets these leads, he gets these really fundamental leads. Nice.
That was really nice.
That was really nice. A lot of times they always come back. His opponent always comes back, but I like how slow he's playing. This is what he should have been doing from the beginning. Nice.
He's not moving back. He's not giving any space to breathe. I like this newfound Classico, right? Majority of the times that we've seen, he would back up and play the fireball game. His one method would be to use a fireball, V-skill, and the headbutt to kind of bait the opponent. But now he's pushing forward a whole new Classico this week.
Wow, and looking at Classico play, you can tell he's picking up pointers from his team right now. You can tell that it's setting in. He's getting a lot more solid, a lot more confident in his play. Look at how much forward he's walking forward so
I like
much.
This a lot. This new offensive Classico is something I want to see, keeping it completely ambiguous with the tackles.
That's the Urian I see. That's the Urian that makes me mad. Just random EX tackle for no reason. Like, why would you do it there? Because I knew you weren't ready for it.
This looks familiar.
Yeah.
It's PTSD every time you see an EX tackle come out.
Every time. Uh-oh. Shine with the lead right now and a little bit more trigger.
Oh, okay.
Still has a chance. There's the activation. He has a great opportunity right now.
Decent amount of damage, doesn't get a setup afterwards as he just bounced off the second mirror, but it's still cool because Shine is still locked in this corner as soon as he jumps out.
Did you see the spacing by Classico right there? Look at the patience. Next knee drop. Classico with the tackle. Oh,
hold it together, Steve. Shine's gonna keep it there with the medium kick, checking Classico on the way up.
I gotta give him a high five later. I'm pretty proud of that. That was pretty good. That was good. I like that.
Critical art on deck for Shine. Any solid confirm can lead to a ton of damage, or he could use it as a combo extender if he needs to, but he has to charge up his Fuhajins.
Yo, Classico!
That was
Did you see that confirm? Oh! We even got the production shaking their head. They were like, man, this Classico guy. Ooh!
Where was he last week?
No! That's gonna hurt. Look at the life difference, though. Classico still has the life lead. And look, you do not want to start shooting out those projectiles. We know Jury as a character has plenty of ways to deal with it. This is last chance. Last chance. Baits the EX headbutt on wake up.
Jury wins.
I was trying to listen into what Knuckle Dude was trying to say to Shine. I think he was trying to tell him, he's like, hey, he understands that Classico wants to walk forward a little bit more. So what you want to do is probably space him out a little bit. I think that's probably the gist of what Knuckle Dude was trying to tell him. Yeah, exactly. Now he's being a lot more active with his buttons, kind of push Classico back instead of giving him all this free space.
I like him turning to the fireballs now. That's going to make Jury back up just a bit. Second guess that entrance. You can see Shine playing a little further back. That's going to let Urian pull out some of those projectiles like we've seen before. This round looking a lot more reminiscent of the first round of that first game. Ooh. I like the patience. Block. Oh, EX tackle once again.
That's what I'm talking about. Classico saving that meter for that burst damage to kind of catch the opponent by surprise. Oh, anti-air headbutt. Okay.
Activation. Walks back a little bit, checks him with the crouch light kick. Classico. Ooh.
That's so, he's been successful with majority of these EX tackles against Shine. It's been really adding up to the damage.
He's definitely like 3 for 4 on those tackles.
Reflector, the throw, yes sir.
Tries to go for it. Once again, that throw after the B trigger has been set up. Mirror gone away.
He does have meter on deck, or excuse me, Shine has meter on deck, as well as 2 kicks stored. He's going to try to go for a third one possibly, or check Classic on the head, but you are not allowed to jump at him.
I like the backup after the crouch short goes for the standing strong.
Ooh.
Crouch light kick, Classico.
After the EX knee drop, by the way, you weren't allowed to press any buttons, especially at that angle.
Didn't hit low enough for you to actually be able to do anything. Excuse me, didn't hit high enough for you to actually be able to do anything either way, but those are EX knees. You don't touch anything.
You don't want to press anything on the controller.
Classico.
Confirmed there from Shine, using the EX as well to get the carry and the damage. Okay.
Okay. No more projectiles. That metallic spear should not be coming out.
Wow, he still got the crouch fear, so it was a counter hit. Didn't get to really follow up as much as he wanted, but still got the knee drops.
Stand medium kick. You can see Shine second guessing that interest right now. He's playing back a little further before he goes for a jump in and has no problem jumping back. And I feel like that's why Classico's tackles are working so well. Goes right in the CA. That's gonna hurt.
He's bleeding.
Trigger's still there though. This is easily. You can redeem yourself.
Oh, he got it!
Just raw, but he didn't get the.
Oh, but he knew that setup. He was ready for the back throw just in case. Anti-air, excuse me, air to air. Nice block there from Shine, but he's still stuck in this corner. Classico needs to keep him contained here. Chip away at his life. Caught him walking back.
Yeah. Classico not in the bad spot right now, but he needs to stop Shine. This is match point. Shine already up a game in a round.
Ooh. Oh, and it tracked him from that far away. That Fierce is just so far.
That's why you have to be careful jumping back. She has those fireball charges. She's going to follow behind it. Got to be careful trying to jump in. Shine, okay with holding back. That's another thing Jury has that a lot of characters don't. That ground fireball gives you a lot easier way to just walk behind it. Something just to make sure the person, your opponent, second guesses trying to anti-air you.
Classico's just trying to chase down Shine. It's been a real cat and mouse game so far.
Take throw. That far-reaching jab from Jury.
What a bait.
Looking like just a kid out there.
That's where you're mistaken, Steve. He's a grown man.
Ooh!
I spoke too soon. Critical art? Yes, sir. Oh, he didn't spend it. He doesn't need to.
He's like, I wanted to save it for the next match anyway. Classico.
Yeah, trying to get the nerves out a little bit. He got a little too anxious on that one, but you know, he does have a W on the board between the matches. It's all tied up between these two individuals. Classico on the left, Shine on the right, down to 1 apiece.
This is gonna be last game
For
of
both
these two
individuals,
right here. I'm really interested to know what Knuckle Dew is telling him. And I'm not sure how many times Shine has actually played Classico. So that's something else to think about as well.
You know, that's a very, very valid question. A lot of these players are still like very familiar with each other throughout the entirety of the multiple Capcom Pro Tours. They have seen each other play, but as to how many times they've interacted with each other in gameplay outside of like net battles or net play, it's a really, really good question.
Now this is one of the things I was referencing when I said, hey, you might not have your main, but make them play the matchup. This happened a little earlier than I thought because now you see Classico with a pretty, this is an even field right now. I feel like this is a lot even field. This is very much doable for him.
Oh! Dropped the combo from Shine. Classico did manage to get a good amount of damage and a lot of corner push, right? EX tackles again.
I'm telling you, he's like 5 for 6 on those bad boys.
We're going to keep count. He's definitely 5 for 6. Hot, and he drops, yeah, a little bit too far out.
Like to walk back, V reversal. That's a worthy price. Look at the gray up there. Anything is going to give him that damage back. And Classico on the verge of taking this round with the stand light kick. He's been using this entire match, and it finally gets him some just do closing out this round. Classico on the verge.
He's been digging in this tunnel. He finally sees the light at the end of it.
Shine swinging a little bit more, gets hit by the tackle. It's a gold bar up there. 4
knocks.
Look
at the exchanges. You don't want to make those exchanges. It keeps you in the corner and the damage.
Yo, he's using the violent knee drop to get over the ground projectiles. And now that trigger's almost gone, but that just means the Shine's gonna work. He's gonna have a lot of work.
EX headbutt, a little bit too eager, and the stun, that's gonna reset the damage as well because there's no scaling behind it. Boom.
Didn't spin the.
Yeah, okay, I like that idea. So Shine did go for a combo, stopped it midway through while he had V-trigger, got the throw and the stun. Very, very smart decision there from Shine. Look at him, he's locked and loaded, full critical art.
Nice rebuttal right there. Match point
That's
for these
it.
two.
Critical art. Nice confirmed there from Shine, almost over 50%.
Needs to be careful shooting those metallic spears. There we go. See the charge up on that V skill a little bit. That was a knee drop that missed. See, yeah, you got to be careful. You see him charging up that V skill, and now he has no problem. You're giving him a little space. He's going to use it just to get out. Costco can definitely run this back. Oh, stuffs the headbutt with that medium punch. Gets caught. The mirror, no back throw. Just keeps him in front.
Mirror, you can expect that. Yes, sir. Oh, we caught him with the crouch fist. Didn't get the juggle, though. It was the first part of that elbow.
That was a really good read.
Ooh. Hey, I like that.
Yo, did you hear Mikey call it out even before it happened?
I definitely said it with him. It was contagious. I'm sorry. It was very contagious.
Oh, this is really close. Like, virtually even right now. He tries to interrupt.
Oh, and he got him with the throw bait, and that's going to be it for Shine. Knuckle finally giving the credit that Shine deserves. You finally give him a pat on the back. He's like, you did good, kid. You did good for Team Gale.
Shout outs to Classico, though. He's been doing that whole match was amazing. I'm very impressed.
Vast improvement week after week from Classico. Best believe it's not going to be the last we see of him as we queue up the next person from Team Storm. I believe it's going to be Idom with his birdie going up against Rob TV.
Well, I mean, we mentioned earlier, and I said that I think it's smarter to make them play the matchup, right? It's not about how good you can beat Idom and his lore. It's about the fact that he's going to use Birdie, obviously, but how well can Rob TV fight Birdie? What character will he fight? Will Idom have a knowledge? Will Idom have the knowledge to be able to slow down Rob TV? We've seen him play Justin Wong and beat him 2 games straight just on some rush down. You're not going to stop me kind of offensive pressure. However, Idom with this character Birdie, he does have the buttons. He might not have the skill, but he does have the fundamentals. He does not play the character like that, but he does have the fundamentals as well as like the technical know-how to play the character. But it's just how much of that is going to get him through this next match with Rob TV.
Yeah, he's been getting better each and every week. We do see it, right? He's changed it up from, in the beginning, he picked Birdie V-Trigger 1. Couldn't get much out of that. Was really trying to figure out the normals, how to stop pressure. Wait a minute, that's not that's not the pick. You can't do that. But the following week, he picked V-Trigger 2 Birdie and did significantly better, right? That's not just saying like, the V-trigger is what's carrying him. It's just the way he moved around on the screen, the way he places stand strongs for the buffer to kind of counterpoke into Bullhead, right? He's finally getting in his groove with this character. And it's really starting to show, which makes it even more exciting for both of us here to see how he's going to do against Team Gale's Rob TV.
Fight.
Checking with the jabs. This is a very difficult matchup in general for Karen. Karen really has to play in a closer space. Man, he just let it rip with the bullhead.
Did you see? I was like, oh, okay.
That's definitely a Birdie player if I ever seen it.
Stan Pierce already in the corner.
Oh, crush counter roundhouse just at the end of that hitbox. Forward throw, keep him contained. Again, another one. I like this idea from Rob TV. You can't use any sort of armor through it with the meter. Activation, but that's going to be punished big time. It actually might be dead. It is dead.
It actually might be. It is dead.
Yeah, I take it back completely.
And you can tell Rob TV well versed in the world of Birdie. You can hear a little chuckle coming from Team Gale.
Ooh, the sweep. Max distance. Coming out from Birdie's side. Idom gets caught with a crouch strong from Rob TV. I don't know what that might have been. I didn't see a counter hit on the screen. He might have just been walking forward. The target combo to kind of suppress him in the air.
Ugh.
Fierce to fierce. Okay, I like that. EX for Sentinel. Let it rip. Activation? No.
No. I like the buttons coming from Idom, though. Rob TV giving him
what
a little space.
What a whiff punish.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he missed time. Yeah, Rob TV is allowed to get a fierce for Senha if Birdie, yeah, bullhead, okay. If he lays out the can and he quick recovers from down.
Okay, B skill gets the knockdown back throw. The next hit. Oh, not close enough. Ooh, steals around. You see a little wry smile across Rob TV's face. He's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, he's been in this familiar situation before. He's been taking out team captains left and right each and every one of these weeks. I don't know what it is about the player selection. He's always been paired up with the captains.
I feel like that's a really smart strategy, especially for a player like Rob TV. We saw how he played Justin. No fear, just went in, and he's doing just the same right now. V reversal, make him spin it.
Oh,
That's not
wait
the
a
worst
minute.
thing in the world, but still gets picked up by Rob TV. This Karen in control. Tries to jump out
What
with
a block. Did you see that? That
Shit.
jump strong came out of, I think, the left side. It looked so ambiguous still. Man grab.
V reversal.
Bull head again, or excuse me, bull horn. I mean, he has the right idea, but he still has to force Karen to even commit to these normals and not just kind of like anticipate it too much. I think more so as a whiff punish tool would be way more effective, but at the same time, he's still trying to get the groove of the character. We've seen him do it 2 times in a row. Wake up bullhorn. Rob TV, very much so aware that Idom's willing to take these risks.
I see why though, because like we said, his knowledge with the character isn't too high, but even more so, that means he's probably going to hit buttons unconventionally where a lot of Rob TV's not used to. Great anti-air command throw this time. Starting to recognize the Rob TV not hitting buttons in that situation. Gets a lot of damage.
What a punish.
Wow. Jumps back, tries to use that V trigger too. Rob TV with the what a whip punish. Bring him back, in. Ooh, skip to Malu. You see how he threw it at the ankles?
You ain't never skipped rope before? Boom.
Always, man.
Karen has it.
No, she's not cool enough for it. All right, here we go.
Yeah. I like Idom a lot more active with the light. No one wasn't throwing it in there. Yeah, the dolphin dive.
Just a little too far. Gets the crush counter. Dashes up.
Nice confirm there. Off the low short from Idom. Look at how active he is with those jabs.
Like I said, you know what I told Idom? I said, hey, man, I think you should just go learn birdie just to body people. Oh, wow.
Oh, it was just another side switch up. Unfortunately, he did get the bullhead after that.
And that's, unfortunately, that's
Side switch?
one of the things that you notice about like when they're not familiar with the character. They like to jump a lot, and those are the things you want to take advantage of.
Yes, you sent up. Man, Rob TV with the big punish.
It's easier to pick out those tendencies, those bad habits, when the person that your opponent is, the character your opponent is playing, does not have that much experience. So they're going to jump a lot more. They're going to use some of those heavier buttons just to try to get a feel. And their range calculations might be a little off, right? Those are the things that Rob TV is taking advantage of. And sometimes it's working out in favor for Idom, but not so far. No meter. He's not dead. But this reset could have did it.
Oh, he actually did. Yeah, it was sort of a scramble, but he still managed to retain that victory.
No, it's only -8.
Minus 1,000 was a close
Minus
enough call.
1,000 was
I feel like
pretty
it was just his calculation was slightly off, but 1,000.
It's a few frames off.
Yeah, minus 1,000, -8, it's still punishable. So he was on the right track.
Yeah, it was, you know, the idea was there. Well, here we go. Samurai in the same situation that we saw him in last week, and surprisingly, he held up well. The OCV, the one character victory coming from, I mean, it can happen again, but when it comes to the composition, this is very important. We see these advancements coming more and more week by week from Idom. I personally think, like I said before, and I mean it, I would go tell him to learn birdie. I'm like, yo, I would learn birdie just to shut these people up. But here we are. Samurai putting the team on his back again.
It was a different Idom today. A better, a more improved birdie. Again, week after week, we're seeing it. We're seeing how he's getting more comfortable in his zone with the character. And he still has to go through each and every one of these people because it is a double round robin scenario. So as he goes through the first cycle, he still gets to brush up on his birdie every week and be like, oh, I could reflect on how you beat me last time. I know how to take this matchup now. So it's, you know, it's only making him better. It really is.
He's getting a lot of experience right now. Like I said, I think that he should just learn birdie. I mean,
no, you're right.
I feel like
I wouldn't doubt it.
He can definitely take advantage of that character. He knows how to space properly, especially in the system of Street Fighter V. He knows what characters people are typically going to play. So, and it's always good. Historically, it's been very, very, very good to have a secondary character because Street Fighter is all about counterpicking. That's why one of the strategies here and the most game-changing dynamic for this league is the character ban. That's why this is so effective, and that's why you see these guys, these top players playing these secondary characters because they don't have a choice in some of these instances. You want to make the team as weak as possible, and sometimes you got to take out the strongest character.
And some other players just like to, you know, exercise their rights to playing other characters. You see the G pick there from Knuckle Doo. He hasn't had any sort of bans targeted towards him for a lot of these weeks so far, but he's still using all the other characters he has. I think he's used more characters than Punk has.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has.
When Punk was saying he knows how to play the entire roster. Even Justin Wong named the list. He was like, Punk knows how to play, blah, 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 all these characters. But you know, Knuckle Doo's been the one kind of picking.
He's definitely been like up Cammy, up random character, up G. Like he's been doing that. I mean, not to take anything away from any one of these guys. It's just if you look at the matchups that they're playing, some of these they played each other before. They might have experience playing. They might They might say, well, hey, look, I know you don't know how to deal with this character. I just saw you at the last CPT event. You didn't know how to deal with this character. Let's see you deal with him now. But here we are, Samurai versus Knuckle Doo.
Do you want to know a secret, Chat and Steve? Do you want to know a secret?
Sorry.
I definitely know that Samurai was practicing against Nephew's G in the practice room. Like after last week's show, they were like, I really need to study this matchup.
Did you see that whiff? He did forward fierce punch. He whiff punished it with a Kuma stand medium kick. It was crazy.
Not as crazy as it seems.
Not as crazy as it seems. That stand medium kick is good, but it just looked cool.
It's mad good.
Yeah.
It looks super cool. Don't get me wrong, but
teleport.
Man, that's a cheating button.
Ooh, that was really good. Never thought to use the teleport to get out of those situations, but now you can see Samurai with the...
Oh, okay. Tried to level up in front of Samurai. Not going to be...
Dash up, tried to get a throw. V reversal.
I like that V reversal.
Oh, beats out the V skill powered up by the trigger. No.
The wheel kick? Okay.
This is dangerous. This is the hard part.
He got caught low. He still had V trigger left. He might have... Oh, he might have been able to do it if he extended the combo.
Mikey with the EX dragon punches to save lives. He's been doing it since we've been here. This is week 5. I'm telling you, he's strong with these EX DPs.
He's got such great awareness as to when the opponent really wants to, or when they get too eager and really want to finish something. Samurai knows exactly how to halt a character's progress or a player's progress from taking that round. Ooh.
Oh no, anti-air. Knuckle Doo. Uh-oh.
I felt like it was a little tougher just because of G's stature, right? Being a significantly taller character than the rest of the cast, other than Sagat, right? You might have to be a little bit more aware of the incoming air normals that could come out a little earlier and clip you from that high up.
Well, if you're in trigger, using a V skill on anti-air is really good because you can get some crazy conversions, especially when you're close to the corner. EX, that's one of the tactics we've seen Samurai use before to get out of there, using the invincibility on the EX wheel kick to get through the fireball. You can see Samurai just holding his ground. Had a little trigger just left, uses the rest of it, life just about even. Akuma does not have as much life.
Oh, well, on the other hand, G is a behemoth.
Yes.
He's got so much stamina.
All right.
Ooh. Oh, he still got the punish from that far?
The empty jump. He thought it was going to be something there. You were wrong. Look at the quick swigs of the water. Long drawn out swig of the water for Knuckle Doo. Got to let the oxygen in. More thinking. That's what's happening right now. Quick swigs are just like, I know exactly what to do. Long swigs, like, yo, I got to think about it. You get the oxygen going back up to your brain, gives you more time to think.
How much more thinking do I have to do, Steve?
I'm just, hey, if you want to win, a lot more.
More.
I need more.
More thinking.
More thinking. But I want more
thinking. What does that mean, Tasty Steve? You're welcome.
What? We need to make that a commercial.
Yeah.
We definitely need to make that a commercial.
And again, you use that V skill to kind of anti-air characters a little bit far out. It's pretty good range, right? So you mentioned that literally not too long ago, one of the tactics that G can use if you're not ready with the normal.
Yeah, that V skill is really good. He has a crouching fierce, which is also a really good anti-air as well. And just his jumping attacks, he has really good air-to-air options. First game though, going to Samurai.
So far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. wake up side switch. Yes, he wants that corner. This is where we've seen Samurai do the most damage. Tries to get NuckleDu to swing it in.
Oh, he baited him
a
to do
back
it.
dash. Oh!
You thought he was gonna air fireball? No.
NuckleDu in trouble. He does have trigger. Looking for medium kick in the trigger. He tried it. Samurai jumped over. He's still fishing for it. Empty activation. Gets the palm. He gets right
he
under.
knows he's reading him like a book. He's got the audio book. He's got the special Kindle version. He punched the heck out of him.
He punched him right in the top hat.
There's a hole in his top hat now.
He punched him in the T-Pain hat.
He didn't even know it. He didn't know it.
He ain't know it.
Oh, man. But, you know, keep it together, Steve. Keep it together. Samurai with all the right reads against NuckleDu, putting him at match point here. Oh, again, that V skill so effective. And it builds him a little bit of that V gauge, knocks Akuma way back there.
But you notice that Samurai is not doing so many fireballs unless it's a block string, if he's close. There's so many things that Samurai's doing in this matchup that you can tell he's trained for. Yeah, stand fierce. Samurai holding his ground, and he has no problem playing at that crouch medium kick range. Those jump lights are getting him so much mileage. But look at the level on these fireballs. G's on what, level 2 right now? No, it's number 1.
I always thought it started at like level 1, 2, and 3. But I think it's like 0.
It's 0, 1, 2, and 3.
That's what it is.
Have to be careful trying to absorb. Remember, he's always going to get trigger meter, but now he's full. He needs this round. He has the opportunity to take out NuckleDu, who has historically been one of the stronger people on his team. Like, this is really good.
On the other hand, if NuckleDu decides to, if NuckleDu does take out Samurai, that's going to be another full sweep, and you can bet that's going to project them way up in the leaderboard.
Good punish. When you're close enough, you have the option. You got to space that forward hard punch, that forward fierce.
Caught NuckleDu pressing a button on wake up. Checked him with the stand jab, got the counter hit, full conversion. Check him down again. That's a stun.
And he's working with a gold bar.
Wait a minute. EX. Build the V gauge.
Uh-oh. This is how things get stolen. V trigger G is a thief. Tries to teleport. That's a back throw. Good block on the legs.
You can't steal at the bank.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's what these guys in the back are doing.
No, they're watching the fight. What do you mean? And it's cold outside. Oh, my. You know what that means? That sets up the precedence for Mikey to possibly take out the entire team Gale.
My boy Samurai is about to go on a hike. He just got himself a water bottle, put on a backpack. He's going to the mountains. He's trying to win. My dude's trying to win.
Actual World Warrior status, huh?
I'm just saying. Look, Samurai is one of the strongest players in the country, and he uses Akuma. He models himself after Tokido. We've said this weeks and weeks now. However, he is one of the strongest players in the United States.
Still alive is Team Storm. They do have Samurai waiting for the next match. And in rotation is Shine. He was the first person up on Team Gale. And again, as you know the format, just to remind you, as they win, they move to the back of the queue. And the other team, if they have a losing player, they are eliminated from the rest of the team battles. So it's down to 2 members of Team Gale and the lone Samurai in Team Storm.
Dang, he's actually the last Samurai. He's Tom Cruise. But
yeah, he is actually. Yeah.
So let's talk about this, right?
Yes, please.
There's been weeks and weeks of these guys formulating a strategy, having a team order that's going to be effective for them. We saw NuckleDu change up his order week 1 just to get the W. We've seen Punk change up his order to get that W. We've seen a lot of teams still struggling. I feel like Team Storm right now has one of the most effective strategies, right? You put, no matter where you put Idom, that is all data. You put that in, make them fight the birdie. It's not about how well you do. See how much they know about that matchup. But now, since you have a locked out character, let's talk about this. Since you have a locked out character, Shine is significantly weaker. And if Samurai knows anything about this matchup,
it's all unfolding before us.
It's happening right now. And if he can do this, he would only have to fight Rob TV. Yeah, you better be careful. He would only have to fight Rob TV to make it another OCV. I feel like this entire team strategy is coming together quite well. And like I said before, This is good. This is what I wanted to see from this league, especially because we do not get to see this
It was all
3v3.
planned out, Steve. They sent the leader in first to do the recon. He's actually the mastermind. He's like, yeah, I might not be the strongest player right now because of my current situation, but I'll tell you what, I'll tell you all about these guys the way I play.
Okay, stand medium kick.
Ran into the buffer with that medium kick. It's such a lengthy normal, right?
Samurai. Out on the battlefield right now. There's the trigger activation. Tries to walk up throw. Samurai says, no, I'm
we
gonna
got
wait.
baited by the stand fierce.
Roundhouse super strong.
Whoop, okay. Medium kick to kind of check, just in case Samurai wanted to buffer out his medium kick. The last time he got caught into that conversion. Yeah, he's gonna have to, he's forced to hold all that. He ran into the normal once more, trying to chase down after those block strings.
Ooh.
That's the roundhouse crush counter.
No meter on the side of Shine, but he is walking this all the way back. 2 throws. He has meter.
He tried it
Activate.
again.
He has beam reversal, but we haven't seen Shine use it just yet, but he is fighting his way back into this game.
He still ran into the V skill. Bringing it all the way back. Good
Samurai
call
was
there.
in control the entire time. Only to get stolen.
Or so you think, Steve. It was all part of the plan. He went from Shine to Shine. Nice uppercut there. Way to interrupt against Samurai. Samurai woke up with a throw. Missed. There you go. Okay. Nice crosscut DP.
Samurai really calm, cool, collected.
Counter hit, still managed to get the fireball after the low forward. Slight of a scramble. Oh.
I love the awareness right there. Demon flip palm. Now we saw this example. The shimmy gets the stun. Let me get some meter. And you gonna hold this hot dog too? Yeah.
Hey, you get free food out of it. That's cool.
That's not a bad thing, man. I mean, you lost, but you got a hot dog.
I wish it was like that.
I wish it was like that.
Nice conversion there off the low forward. Okay, that was pretty far out. It might have been a buffer that Shine ran into, but still, he's recovering pretty well getting that critical art.
Yeah, spans the CA, but now Samurai has one of his own, and we know the damage output from Akuma is astronomical. If he get a good hit, you better hope he hits you before he gets triggered.
It's pretty accurate, yeah. Oh, okay, the fireball saved her from getting a ton of damage off of that jump in. But that's one of the benefits of having a slow-moving fireball, right? You get to kind of walk past, or excuse me, walk with it as well. Kind of check the opponent as well as just in case they jump over it, they still kind of land on it because it's such a slow traveling projectile.
Samurai trying to win this round back. Finally gets the life lead. This is going to be good damage. Dash up EX to get some extra beefy damage right there. He has meter. Oh, the jump back to get out of the pinwheel. It was so good.
Yeah, Shine was looking for that activation. He's still trying to, and Samurai knew the strategy. There was a slight smirk on his face. He was like, yeah, I know what you want.
He
Come get
jumped
it.
back. He jumped back in the sandals and punched him. He's like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to deal with none of that.
But also understand when like chilling.
Samurai stealing the rope
Man.
and right back into meditation mode. He knows what he's about to do. He's about to go onto the field and commit seppuku right now. He's like, yo, I'm going to take out the
sorry?
team and I'm going to take myself out, man.
No, he's trying to go for the W. What do you mean?
Yeah, look, man, he's taking
not
them out
trying
and
to
then
take
look.
himself out. No, man.
But it's after you win, though. You gotta,
Okay,
gotta
after
you win.
He's gonna take a break probably. But. Didn't have him do all that in the
I
battlefield.
did it.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Stand medium kick. What are the main tools here in this matchup for Akuma? Being able to cover all that space and buffer into a special move. It's been happening over and over again.
Oh, EX fireball keeps him above. That ground fireball from Jury. Those jump backs are helping him out so much. Taking a little bit of damage on retreat is better than take a full combo or a throw or a side switch situation.
Again, that's that situation. EX uppercut again!
He's crazy.
He's hit majority of his EX uppercuts. I think in this set, this week, all of them. Oh boy.
Oh, that's dead. That is dead. That boy is Akuma can't take a hit. I tell you what, he's got a glass jaw, folks.
Round 2. Fight.
Significant momentum shift here for Shine. Again, not having the critical art isn't going to be too bad, as Jury does manage to fill that up pretty quickly.
Okay, Shine getting his wits about him.
A
Just
regular
DP,
one.
and it was a counter. That was like that must have been a throw.
You might be right, Steve.
Samurai's control of the ground is so good. Look at this. Not jumping unless he gets the crush. Shine was not ready.
Shine
He's under
wasn't
a
ready
lot
for
of
the
pressure.
Punish. Insane. He's just using low medium kick to check Shine. Okay, getting the activation as well as the corner carry and the damage. Decent amount of damage. Spent the bar for it though.
Yeah, Samurai not taking the bait on that backdash. You see Shine backdash go in just to try to see if Samurai's gonna hit a button. Full CA. Spins a little bit of that meter. He knows it's coming to an end, so that was really good. Spins the V reversal, keeps a bar on top of it. Samurai on match point versus Shine right
Ridiculous.
now.
How often do we even see that move anymore? Demon flip into the slide? We rarely get to see that move. It did get significantly nerfed up until this season.
Yeah, you couldn't mess with it at all last time. It didn't get slowed down, I believe.
Yeah, well, in this version, it's negative after it gets blocked,
slide.
right?
Oh, really?
So you can't, Akuma can't pressure you after anymore.
Yeah, I know last time it used to be safe. You couldn't do anything about
Yeah, it was
that.
plus. You couldn't press a button. Got the roundhouse, carrying himself out of the corner with a decent amount of damage trailing behind it. Does have V-trigger still. Can use air fireball for the approach, and a critical art to possibly finish it. We've said this last time. It might come down to a critical art finish.
What a jump.
Oh,
The jump light.
it's definitely going to be a factor now. Look at the amount of life
Don't get
Shine
hit.
has left.
Any hit right now.
Oh, that could have been it. But another throw. Now, okay, V-reversal still can't happen though.
That's done.
V-reversal?
No,
Oh,
no,
he can't. He cannot.
Yeah.
That's right. Samurai taking 2 members out already. He's on the fast track to success, Steve.
You sound like a career mentor when you told him
exactly
he's
what
on
it
the
was.
fast track to success, Steve.
Yeah, he's got 2 wins under his belt. He could repeat what he did last week. The Madman Samurai possessed.
We got a message from my boy Ida. He's like, this is what happens. You take away my character, you got to deal with the Samurai.
It's setting it up, right? I mean, if Samurai is going to be the main problem here, you might have to ban Akuma, but we'll see how it goes down. Free Laura's good, by the way. Whoever gave him that was genius.
The way these matches are falling now, it's the team strategy is coming together. After weeks of dilemma, it's all coming together. Samurai brings it back. 2 players strong to fight Rob TV. I don't even know if they've ever played before.
I'm positive they have.
Really?
They
You're
have,
positive?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be very interesting. You're going to expect the Karen pick versus Samurai's Akuma again. Holding on for Team Storm. Giving Gale a lot of trouble. More than that, right? It's down to the final members for each team.
And he's going to the Karen, too. There's a lot of strategy going in right now. Samurai in full meditation mode over there. His teammates aren't talking to him. They're probably talking to him telepathically. He's like, look, man, you just gotta look for. You gotta look. He's in astral form. He's like, look, you gotta do this. You can't let him do that. Doctor Strange in it. All right, here we go. Final team battle match of the day. It's gonna be Samurai after the 2-player comeback versus Rob TV and his Karen. Oh, this is about to be sick. Let's go.
These are the kind of fights I like. Down to the wire. No OCVs. Or excuse me, no 3-0 runs.
Oh, it's about to be there.
I mean, like not in the
Technically,
beginning.
yeah.
No full sweeps is what
No
I'm
full
saying.
sweeps.
Let me rephrase it.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Samurai, Rob TV, Akuma versus Karen.
Oh, what a sweep.
Now, these are the kind of matchups we see time and time again with the likes of Punk and Tokido, right? We've seen this pretty often in the Capcom Pro Tour, multiple Capcom Pro Tours, and we're seeing a different spectrum of that today.
Rob TV, really confident in the ground game. Samurai's use to jump in lights is so smart. He knows Rob TV likes to hold forward, so that medium kick, he's got a chance. Side switch, we've seen him do that before. Backdash, gets a throw of his own forward throw.
How does he know, Steve?
That's what
That
Samurais
opened
do.
up everything against Rob TV down the tunnel of love. I can't believe he backdashed in that situation. He was 1 sequence away from getting knocked out. That's what I call it. I just like that.
That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh, he tried to contest it. The last second-ditch effort from the dive kick off the Demon Flip.
Samurai ready.
Oh, the whiff punish. This guy is all over it. Samurai with the pressure, EX% out. Good call from Rob TV. Doesn't suppress the demon though.
Back in the corner. Go forward in the Tinko.
Big punish. No punish!
Samurai on the verge of taking this first game from Rob TV.
Hopscotch!
Get off. Look at the range he's playing. Uh-oh, activate after the sweep, dashes up, tries to get the corner.
Uppercut.
This dude is
Come
crazy.
on,
he is
man.
actually crazy. He just woke up, he's like, you gonna keep holding forward, that's cool.
Whoo, man. Mikey is
His
on
eyes
fire.
open. Eyes open. Oh, his eyes are open. Now he's awakened Samurai right now.
You're channeling your inner Team BFF, huh?
All right.
Shout outs to the chump.
Hey.
Shout outs to Yipe out there. Yipes. Oh, he ran into
Wow.
a V-skill into the forward fierce. Not a good exchange.
Get her right on top. You little rich girl, take this.
You're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
That's what it is, honestly. You run into those normals, you're gonna eat a ton of damage. Akuma can't do that. That's something we haven't seen. Demon flip into the throw. A lot of the times you want to block. Sometimes it catches you off guard. It's one of those things you throw out sparingly. I think he's 100% on EXDP.
I'm pretty sure
he's
at
standing
100%.
still. Maximum confidence here from Samurai. He's like, come at me. Come at me with everything you got.
He did it again!
With everything you got.
He did it again! That dude is crazy!
That was a jab DP? Was that a jab DP?
That was
What
a
was
jab
that?
DP. Yo, Toy popping off. 4-team storm. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Nice opener there from Rob. Found the low forward. Tried to bait a late tech with that crouch fierce. That was the purpose of that. Getting the forward throw again from Samurai. Really heated exchange here. Speak to him.
Stun.
Stun.
This might be a done deal. Look at the damage output for Samurai. He's got one more chance.
Oh my God!
That guy is so amazing. Samurai working it all the way back. That boy is a monster. I know I'm looking like a genius over there.
What do you do now?
What do you do now?
What are you supposed to do
You know
now?
what you do now? You know what you do now? You ban Akuma and give my man his Laura back. That's what you do.
Laura.
He's trying to teach y'all a lesson. He's like, yo, you gonna stop me from playing my character? That's okay. I got another. Look at Ida. Look at Ida. Look at Ida.
He puts his hand out. He's like, shake my hand, boy.
His hand is on his stomach. It's like he's laughing. He's like, shake my hand.
Shake my hand.
Come on.
He put his hand out like, shake it.
He's like, first off, I
Come
want you to
on.
know I'm laughing at you.
Do it.
And then I still want you to shake my hand. Oh, that was
crazy.
godlike.
So what do you do now? Do you ban Laura going forward? Do you ban
look,
Akuma?
I'm trying to tell you guys. Ban Akuma. That was so strategic. Now he has the free Laura side. He's like, look, we tried to tell you guys. Give my dude back his character. Make Samurai play his secondary. Let's take a look back at this last
He's
game.
so smart.
between
He's 2
Rob
steps
TV.
ahead. Look at this, man. Checking all the way through. Samurai just
And
playing.
watch this back up. Look at the range he's playing perfect for a reason. Gets the sweep still and just wake up DP just for no reason. This dude is crazy. You need to ask him about those
I think
DPs.
that might have been a punish on the low forward, honestly. That DP, because it was pretty close up, was so sick.
The range that Samurai has played this entire team battle has been so smart. Finally gets the stun, and this is when it was getting dark. It was one more instance and an empty jump right after.
This is the best part. You think you're going to block a normal? No, sir. The throw coming out, classical popping off as hard as ever. And, man, we told you, man. This happened last week.
The strategy has come full circle. Team Storm getting the W over Team Gale. Samurai with another OCV. I can't believe we have another one. But we also have words from Samurai. We're going to take it to Rip with an interview right now.
Thank you, Steve. I'm here with the winning team, Team Storm. Of course, Samurai now with back-to-back OCVs. How are you feeling right now, man?
Very good.
And then tell me about those DPs. I mean, obviously, you felt very, very confident against Rob at the end there.
I wanted to make a statement.
I think you may have done that. Well done, sir. And of course, you know, consistently happening. How do you feel now? Do you think they're going to finally start banning his Akuma out of here, Idom?
No, they're going to keep banning Laura.
And do you feel comfortable with that?
Absolutely. I mean, do they want to deal with Laura and my secondary, or do they want to deal with just Akuma?
I think that said it all right there. Let's send it on back to the desk. Team Storm looking good.
Yeah.
I like that statement. Multiple statements being
Yeah.
made. He's
That's good. I'm just saying, man. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to say it with some basic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What if you commentated the entire... Well, we digress. Look, Samurai definitely making a statement here. Gale not allowed to repeat a 3-0 sweep. So, pretty great standings. You know, we talk about how it was in the beginning for Team Storm. It was a little rough for them, but they withstood the storm, and now where they're at in the current standings, they're just doing phenomenally. Samurai carrying the team right now.
2 OCVs in 2 weeks, bringing it back versus one of the most dominant teams here with Team Gale. Knuckle Dude's squad went down to Samurai. Not to the team, but to Samurai. And now we have an update on the standings here in the league. At 6th place, you're going to see Team Psycho go down. That's led by Toy himself. Team Frost at 5th place. That's going to be led by Nephew. Justin Wong at 4th place, him and Team Spirit. At 3rd place, Team Gale after that loss to Team Storm, who is in 2nd.
Ooh.
And of course, Team Inferno still holding strong with that smooth 3-0. And those are the standings here for the Street Fighter League so far. And we've seen some changing tides so far. We've seen so many things happen to affect the scope, the timeline of the matches that we have here. We've seen the rankings change so far. It's going to
be
amazing
pretty
weeks.
good. It's going to be even better because we have that possible change coming really soon. We do have Team Psycho, the 6th place team right now, going up against Team Inferno, but that's going to happen when we come back.
Still my heart, and you stay the coming end.
Do you struggle to find happiness? Do you get the feeling there's something greater for you? There is.
Due to the citywide outbreak, you are advised to take shelter at the police station.
Anybody here?
I don't like the sound of that.
We're getting out of here. Leon!
My mission is to take down Umbrella's entire operation. They're secretly making bioweapons.
Count me in.
Available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Rated M for mature.
Continuing the action, we are back here at Street Fighter League Pro US Season 1. My name is Vicious here with Tasty C, and he almost lost it, actually, in between the breaks. He couldn't keep it together. He was grabbing my arm, trying to rip it off, but we just saw Team Storm take it over Team Gale, a complete reverse sweep as they were down majority of the games, and that's going to move us on to our next team battle. We have Team Psycho versus Team Inferno, currently the 6th place team going up against the undefeated I was going to say the undefeated Punks, because I saw Punk there. I saw a smirk, but yes, again, Team Inferno guided by Punk. It's going to be a real tough hill to climb, but we'll see. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Punk is definitely the leader of Team Inferno, who has no losses. He is sitting pretty right now, and on top of that, he has a very strong team behind him, JB and Broly Legs.
Right.
These are two really strong players, familiar with the CPT format. We've seen them since the conception of Street Fighter V, and really strong players with really strong mindsets to have behind them. I feel like he has one of the best teams here free because of that, and his record shows it.
I mean, you could have like the best team, but then you face off against someone like Samurai who just decides to destroy your game plan. Again, it really comes down to the player order and the ban. From the looks of it, I'm guessing they're still gonna ban each other's captains and their mains, but we're gonna see. Rip's gonna get that final detail for us.
Of course, I am out here with both Toy and Punk. Now, the bans primarily have been against Toy's Bison, right? But Punk, I feel like you're kind of wild here. Sometimes you just go like, you know what? We're just going to take out that Mika or something. What are you feeling like?
You know, if it was up to me, I would definitely just be in Just a Kid. But I feel like for the better of the team, I had to be in Toy's Bison.
Well, there you have it. Toy Bison banned once again. Now, most teams have actually tried to somehow focus on either Punk or against the Rashid from JB. What are you guys going to go with here?
We're going to go with Rashid for sure.
All right, there you go. So they're going to take out JB's Rashid. We've seen this work pretty decently in the past, but still, this team is undefeated. What's your player order going to be?
Player order is going to be Tay, myself, Just a Kid Senior.
All right, there you go. El Chocote. You're trying to screw me up, man. I'm trying to get his name right, all right? Tay, we got you, and then we got Just a Kid in the back and Punk. What about your player order?
It's going to be Broly, JB, and then me.
All right, Broly, JB, and then Punk as the anchor. Let's see how it goes down. Throw them back to the desk.
So this is the second time we've seen that Rashid ban going against Team Inferno. And then even with that, Punk still decided to pick a secondary character. He's picked like Colleen. We saw that last week. So I'm kind of curious to see when he's actually going to show us 100% Punk. Because we've seen, we know that Punk's main is Karen, right? He hasn't had any... He didn't decide to use it at all these past couple of weeks.
I think that Punk is aware that he does not have to... I feel like the team format's a little different, right? You don't need to play your absolute best. I mean, to get the W, yes. However, you have a team behind you as well. Not saying you need to slack off, but like having multiple characters at this point is a luxury. So having these characters and knowing matchups to say, well, look, if you're going to ban my character, I could play any one of these other characters. It's not the worst idea. It's actually really, really smart. The Rashid ban, I feel like I'm not sure how that's going to fare because personally, like I'm still of the mind you ban Punk. Personally,
I'm on the same boat with
right.
you.
So it's banning Bison for Team Psycho. Also still just as smart, right? I mean, Punk did make mention of saying like, hey, we just want to ban Just a Kid. Do you ban Jury and then deal with Bison on top of an explosive Mika right behind it?
Man.
Like I said, it's unfolding like as we go in.
It's just like the predicament we had the last team battle we just saw, right? Do you ban the captain or do you ban the person who's really been putting in this work, right? But you still have those back and forth like decisions because Toy with his Bison, once it's unleashed, best believe there's going to be mayhem behind it.
Yeah, if he gets released, we might have to get a free Bison sign.
Can we get a free Bison sign for Toy?
That's why Just the Kid is important. He got us to beat people up. We give Toy the free Bison sign, and bam, you got yourself back in the game. You get to play with Bison, possibly, if they're crazy.
I mean, crazy enough is just enough to get the character out. But in the meantime, these guys are queuing up, ready to fight. Do not go anywhere. These guys are going to go right at each other after this break.
This is the path of my destiny. Dare you challenge the key? This is the path of my destiny.
Pleased to meet you.
Objection!
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Vicious here with Tasty Steve. We have our two teams ready and locked in. We do have Team Psycho going up against Team Inferno. And for those of you just following along, Team Inferno is currently sitting in the first place of the standings. And Team Psycho is at the very, very bottom. But things still can change. It's still only midway through. Just about midway through here in Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. This first match, El Chicote versus Broly Legs, is going to be it's going to be good. This is going to be a good one.
Talk to me about it a little bit more, Steve.
So both of these guys are full power at this point. They don't worry about character bans. This is something that we've seen on some of the other teams. However, we've seen Broly Legs kind of struggle with a lot of his matches in the team battle. Chicote as well, he's been struggling a lot. I feel like this is a good chance for these guys to get matches where they can show what they can actually do when it comes to this team battle.
Again, as you mentioned, both the character bans do not affect these two players here, so they get to play at maximum potential. Good punish there on the lightning legs from Chicote.
Oh, crush counter.
Oh, we got the safe jump setups too. Okay, I see you, Broly Legs.
I like that. The jab for the timing. Gets the forward throw.
Oh, he could have potentially got a whiff punish off of that. Oh, here comes our Mika, though.
Lady Mika push all the way across the screen. That stand roundhouse is blocked.
Great block there on the overhead from Chicote. Oof, double Lady Mika, triple Lady Mika.
Oh, he should have just went for the EX. It would have worked. He could have got the kill.
He did have more than enough meter to do so, but letting Broly Legs live. Okay, I was about to say, don't give this man another chance.
Do not give him another chance. We've seen Broly Legs do some crazy things, especially when he's had trigger.
And it's so ambiguous as to when he wants to fire off EX legs. It covers a lot of ground, does a decent amount of damage. Even if you block it, you're still not able to punish Chun-Li, so it's a very dangerous move to kind of keep aware of.
And we saw him a few weeks ago, just the way he was able to punish using EX legs is amazing. Like backdash sometimes, uses it just to make sure you block and start an offense. Has a firm understanding of what you want to happen.
I like that idea of Broly Legs. Understands the matchup, doesn't want to deal with any of the Nadeshiko mix-ups, and still retains the anti-air, the spacing, and everything. Chicote now finding an opening.
Oh, Lady Mika, same side. Oh,
that's
you might be stunned.
That is.
Oh. Ooh, El Chicote. Okay. Just a kid. What a god.
That's your head on right, man. It's another day at the job, bro. Another day. You good?
I don't think Chicote heard any of that.
That's all right.
Yeah, he isn't trying to actually like try to play so and keep him out with the fear. Why are you looking over here, toy? Get out of here.
Oh, I ain't looking over a toy. Get out of here.
I mean, he can't. He has to stay. He has to stay in the seat, man.
I can't move right now.
I'm not allowed to.
Oh, wow. Tries to reset. Broly Legs was ready. He was like, nah, son. Brimstone into the corner. This is not a good place to be versus our Mika side switch.
The side switch. Letting Mika get started is one of the most dangerous things because once you get in that blender, it's hard to get out.
That is quite the series from El Chicote.
Nice and easy. Yeah, stand short over and over and over again.
No, that series itself was just really good. Automatic stun series, basically getting the kill.
Sounds like a wrestling event. Stun series.
Welcome to Stun Series. Armika versus Zangief. El Fuerte. I like that. Just sweeping the body splat, takes a little ground.
Nice anti-air with Chakotay. And again, keeping it ambiguous between the meaties and the command grab is super dangerous to keep track of. Lady Mika 2 times over. The bait was there. Another stun incoming. Chakotay packing the heat.
Ooh, hits him with a little razzmatazz on top of it. That should be the first match going to El Chakotay, the ultimate muscle buster.
Good stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
He got one at least. One of the
Yeah.
one of the fist bumps.
Just a kid, man. He don't know what he's looking at, man. He was like, what's that?
I've never seen that before.
So that first game, going to go to El Chakotay. We've talked about these two players because we have not seen them that much. They were not affected by the ban, so these characters get to play at 100% of their power.
That's right.
One of the better showings for El Chakotay since we've gotten to see him play in the league, and yeah, finally putting in some work now. I mean, I think that's his first win he's had since we've started the league so far. That's a good little motivator, especially if you're dealing with some of these uphill odds. You're fighting people like Knuckle Dew and Punk all the time. You're definitely going to need some confidence going a little further. El Chakotay getting that W over Broly Legs, so he will be eliminated from this team battle. El Chakotay goes to the bottom of the queue, and we're going to be waiting for the winner of this next match.
Now the upcoming players now is going to be one of the team captains, Toy, going up, and Team Psycho hasn't been able to use his main at all this entire season. And you have Rashid also banned on the side of JB, part of Team Inferno. So both players are going to rely on their secondary character. And remember, I called it, by the way. I told you, I looked in Steve's eyes. I was like, shake my hand. Rashid,
oh, yeah.
Rashid,
that was the birdie.
JB's going to pick birdie over Rashid. And it happened.
It definitely happened.
It definitely happened. So that sets the precedence, right? We might see a birdie mirror match. We're going to see how Toy has improved alongside the likes of IDOM, going with that birdie pick and seeing him week after week, how much they've learned over their breaks to figure out their next matchups.
Well, if you remember back, Toy had a lot more experience, and he kind of pumps himself up when it comes to the birdie. He's like, yo, man, best birdie in A. And I'm like, wow. And he says it all the time because, I mean, you got to have something. If you're going to play a side character, you might as well let people know how good you are with him. He says he has the best birdie in A, and right now he has the confidence. Probably not the gameplay, but the confidence is definitely there.
Look, and if he can't make it as a birdie player, he could probably be an acrobat the way he flipped around
Yo,
on the
did you
stage.
see it? Yo, his pop-offs are top-notch, though. You can't stop that, man.
How do you contest that?
I don't know.
All right, so all jokes aside, you can expect a birdie versus birdie mirror match. Rashid no longer allowed to be picked by JB.
This is a good way to keep things really, really close, right? So, like, now you're putting the pressure on the captain at this point. You're putting the pressure on Punk because if JB doesn't win this matchup, you're down 2 players, and you still got El Chakotay, and now you have Toy sitting there with a birdie that's decently well played. He knows how to control and play that character effectively, but the worst part is you have just a kid waiting. Back there sipping the juice box like, yo, the minute I get the chance, I'm gonna let this jury rock, you know? Yo, the Nash.
Question, why do you think the majority of these teams, or actually there were 2 instances where Rashid was banned. Why do you think they're not going for the team captains?
I feel like in this instance, especially versus Team Inferno, I feel like he honestly has too many characters that he can pick, right?
Okay.
Like, and you never want to give him full power. Like, it's in the pudding, right? You do not want to give him full power. So of course you're gonna keep banning that character. Stop the captain. Uses that bazooka knee to try to get in.
Yeah, I get that. You're trying to, increase your odds of winning by getting rid of the character that only, or person that only has one character.
Yeah, you fight the spread. Don't fight the one, you know?
Makes sense. And this is a character you're very familiar with, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Nash
Nash
player.
versus Birdie, a matchup that I know you definitely hate.
Oh, yeah. It actually kind of sucks, but look, it's better than... I guess if you don't have your main character, it's not the worst thing in the world. Nash gets to control the pace a little more because he has those booms. It's going to take a few hard reads. Birdie has a slower walk speed for him to get in, and you can see the patience already kicking in for JB.
And again, a lot of those normals really come into play. The Sonic Scythe is, or it can be punished. Oh, okay, ran into the can. But he has something like the forward fierce to check the time. Nice use of that V trigger.
Oh, nice dash up, uses the EX.
Oh. No, sir.
Still really close, though. Uh-oh, with punish. Throws the can.
How did he know? Bring him back. Oh, the can hits him at the top of the air.
Throws the B reverser. And 1 mixtape off the backboard between the legs.
Get scooped.
I've never seen that meaty before.
More booms. He's booming.
How many more booms do you want me to throw?
Break those boxes.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, good call there. No anti-air there from JB. Trapped in the corner so far. Toy's kind of just teasing this range, right? He's trying. Okay. Yeah, good confirm there. Into that V-trigger. Forward throw. Now the tables have turned here.
Trying to get out of this corner.
Yeah, that's right. He's throwing out these normals to kind of create that space against Nash.
No anti-air.
Nice.
From JB. See Toy just inching forward.
Oh, dolphin dive. Wasn't ready for it.
And got a little gray life on top of it.
Ooh, Sonic side nails the target. Full critical arc on JB.
Oh, dives under it. No anti-air once again. Tries to dash up to get the throats. Toy aware this time.
Oh, that could have been a buffered into bullhead. There's the activation. No punish on JB.
He could have comboed in the CA right there, and it's gonna make him lose the first game. He just could have comboed and canceled in the CA. Oh, Toy getting up. Toy getting up.
The fuck?
Oh, wait!
Well, what is this? I don't know.
You can't do that.
So, like, what you think you did wrong then?
He's asking him!
What are y'all going to do wrong?
Talk to him about himself!
I'm curious what y'all going to do wrong when y'all play me.
Oh! Let's get it! I like
and
this!
then he drinks the coffee. Oh, wow. Oh, you gotta win now. Now you gotta win. Yo, Toy, you gotta win.
You can't do that.
Toy, you gotta
win.
win.
You can't do that against the undefeated team right now. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it first.
But this is the psychological warfare. If this is how you get back in, then this is how you get back in.
Team Psycho using their Psycho powers.
Uh-oh. Balls on that boom. JB in trouble.
Underneath boom. No, still managed to get caught back.
Just to get through.
Oh.
Oh, jump in. He has CA.
He's gonna save it. I mean, it's a risky play. Yeah, he's forced block. The way to contest afterwards with the crouch strong.
How negative is
keep him
that?
away.
Do you know how negative the recoil is?
From a certain distance, it's a little bit harder to punish.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell what the distance was. But JB did contest with the crouch strong. Toy didn't even want to try it, but still managed to get the slide.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, it stopped
beats out the sight.
If that hit, that would have been Sonic Scythe and the critical arc. Guaranteed.
And Toy is okay, just chilling. Gets caught with the EX dive again. Toy's patience. Sweeps it for the punish. Oh, tries to get the command throw. Okay, finally an anti-air coming from JB. Chasing behind that boom once again. Moonsault to trying to keep that corner. Toy answers back with a standing medium punch.
Yeah, if he does get that V-trigger ready, if Toy decides to activate mid-screen, he can use and abuse those chains, because if it does get blocked, just to kind of answer your question, it was -2.
Okay. So you can only test it. You can't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Birdie just no longer gets his turn, doesn't get punished though. Activation, there it is. And we might see it. Maybe a long-range poke can come from Toy. Okay, big-time punish.
He's plus.
Woo!
He's plus. Back tech.
Yeah, you have to respect it afterwards.
There you go. That should be around for JB. I don't know. This scales like crazy, though. He might still be up.
It's like you know this character.
It scales like crazy, man. They nerfed that man.
Oh, I like that idea. So a lot of people kind of do that as a throw bait.
You dash up and you do a tragedy assault. It actually works a lot because people think you're going to do throw or something like that. It's another little strategy. I actually stole that from Bonchan, too.
He stole that from me.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm glad you said that.
It's a circle of life, Steve. That's how it works.
Ah, Lion King. Big damage. Gets that hard kick scythe. Backs up a little bit.
Oh.
Hey, hey.
JB, I feel like he's been really conservative with his meter. A lot of the times his meter usage so far in this set has gone to critical art.
I don't know. I like JB playing a more patient game. Like you're so used to seeing him playing like Rashid that him playing like this is actually really cool.
It's refreshing to see a person who's a character specialist play a different style.
Oh yeah.
I never knew my man could throw sonic booms like that. Oh well, you know, Toy's been in that field before where he's had to contest booms. Okay, there's the use of meter right there. I like the idea of the double time stop there.
And that. Oh, wait. JB is on the move. JB is on the move.
Let's just go back to your seat.
I see you, JB. I see you, JB. Well played. Well played. An eye for an eye.
He immediately got out of his seat. As soon as he saw it happen, he didn't even let the
It was
round
like
finish.
KO, and I looked over, and JB was like, yo,
already
broadly
halfway
legs,
through.
watch out. I got to go talk to this dude.
I wanted Punk to go up there and have him speak his mind. That would have been great.
Should have sent broadly legs over there. That's what should have did. I would have sent broadly legs.
Broadly legs should have kicked into high gear and just went straight to the table and just hung out there.
Yeah, one more good punch. So I speak so I'm a little confused about the spacing, but we're gonna be alright. This time I gotta just play a little bit more solid. Got me one jumper right there.
No, not immediate.
It's too fast.
Just for like 1 second. But try to answer with the cross medium punch.
A lot more active advice on both sides. You could tell a lot of the players getting involved in this team battle. A lot more on the line, considering Toy popped off first and JB rebuttal.
Oh, big jump in. No combo though. Still gets the sweep. Wake up jab and the light kick side. That's a nice little option right there. They have to block the boom. Don't know where you're going. Toy really content with just walking back and forth.
Again, one misstep though, you get caught with the sonic side. Lands on the boom and the continuation. Good call from JB. Great awareness. The meaty wasn't there though. See, one of the weaknesses of Birdie is that you're allowed to meaty him pretty much freely because he doesn't have the reversals to contest. Doesn't have a 3-frame normal as well.
Really good patience by JB. He is on the lower end of the light spectrum. Nice pickup. Okay, runs to that stand medium punch.
Always buffering the normals. If you can hear it in the background, JB is always following through after a stand strong button press. He's going into that sonic side each and every time. Oh, the side switch. Great block from Toy. Great awareness.
Punish dash up. Wow. Toy, look how much time is still left on the time. Only 22 seconds. And that's mostly because Toy was holding back the majority of that round.
It's hard to move forward, honestly. Nash sometimes can be a defensive wall. Finds a way to break the defense with the dolphin dive. Jumping away, changing his arc with the medium punch instead. The lazy boy recliner.
Oh, this is a good bunch of damage. There's the stun. Uh-oh, we might have a Fort Knox bar. That gold bar. Wake up. Oh. Ooh.
Wow, okay, not as much damage as I thought. Okay.
You thought I was playing?
No.
Crouch jab to take it, and Toy instantly takes off the headset. Hits him with the let's go. And Justin Kid is up, and he is going to be playing Punk.
Big one more. Well, one more. I don't know if that one more coming.
All right, there you have it. We do have the final member of Inferno awaiting their fate. So Toy is really trying to gun for that captain. He's playing the mind games. He's a lot more verbal. Actually, he's always been pretty verbal.
Yeah, I mean, he did like a flip the first day. Like that was.
That's what you can expect from Team Psycho, man. He's really playing the part. He's all about it.
He's an animated leader. That's what you want. You don't want to stand by captain and say, "Hey, man, good job, guys." No, you want somebody to get in there, mix it up with you. And now this captain has motivated his squad to have. They have all 2 victories on our side right now. Punk is going to have to OCV this team. See. He's going to have to pull a samurai. Yo, he took the team leader jacket off. Yeah. Oh, man, you know it's real now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the first time Punk has been placed in this situation. We did see them go up against team spirit, and Punk has definitely taken out the entire team by himself. You know, he's done that before. So they're in this position, very, very interesting position. But if anybody can do it, Punk has a pretty high chance of doing so.
Definitely true. Definitely true. Can't wait for these guys to get into it. We're already at the character select screen. Oh, wow. And he's getting the full power.
He's getting maximum Punk.
He just came out.
Toy, you might have... Toy looked right at the commentator just like, what have I done?
Just a kid. It's all right. He's okay.
I don't like that. He looked at us and he didn't even tell Just a Kid. He's like, it's gonna be all right. He looked at us. He's like, well,
it's like when your kid gets a shot and you're just like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. You want a lollipop after this?
All right, here we go. All 3 members of Team Psycho remaining. You see there on the top left, while the lone Punk on the top right. You see in Team Inferno how many players remain. And then right towards the middle of the screen, or top of the screen, I should say, you see the match count.
Okay.
Or the game count, excuse me.
Opening. Oh, wake up EXDP. You got to establish it early. Oh, the neutral jump.
Okay, yeah, sweep into activation has been a lot more common these days in this current season of Street Fighter 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before a lot of characters kind of depended on it because how their trigger worked, but in this season, it's definitely been a lot more prominent. You're right.
And I like this. Okay, I was gonna say I like the spacing that Just a Kid's really presenting against Punk. Understanding the threat. Yeah, he's forced to block after that one.
Yeah, you saw Punk holding up right there just in case.
Yeah, got the counter hit. You're right. Just a Kid not being able to follow up.
Stand medium kick.
And this is one of those battles where Karen just has a hard time contesting and almost a sweep from long distance. He was still able to follow through anyway because he still had V trigger left. Great call from Just a Kid.
I'm noticing what's happening right now. Just a Kid is removing the footsie. Look at what he's happening. He's removing the footsie game. Neutral jumping just to stop the walk forward. If he walks forward, hits him with a sweep. Low confirm into the EX just to get that damage. And going into charge up at the end of these strings is helping him out. Baits out the DP this time. Punk makes an adjustment. This is going to be great damage.
To be honest, that's something we didn't expect at all. That EX pinwheel, you know, to kind of keep Punk on his toes. He did get the damage, but at what cost mentally, right? What's going to happen afterwards? Is he going to be more aware of the wake-up situation? Tons of damage. Side switch, yes sir.
It's getting tense.
Oh, he ripped with the fireball rip as Punk was airborne.
Wow. What? Look at the way his mouth was ajar just looking at the opposite team like, what is happening?
Focus on your own team, man.
Defense looking really good up until that point. Just a Kid.
So Punk is now kind of sniping out when Just a Kid wants to walk back after the strings. After the stand short, when he goes for the crouch strong, if he sees Just a Kid standing up, he immediately goes for the low forward. You've seen that time and time again. That's the second instance so far.
Pick up after the trigger activation. Gives him a lot left there, too.
Nice V reversal out. Doesn't want to let Just a Kid get started with that V trigger. Nice conversion. Critical art incoming. That's going to be it. Game 1 going to Punk. Huge adaptation made, leading him to get that victory.
Ain't no rollback offline. Out here, bro. Come on. Toy, teach no warlord. Tell him no warlord strategies in here. It's none of those. You got 2 warlords too. Dang. You got 2 warlords over there. That's crazy.
The moment he picked Karen,
I hit next. That was your man.
Oh, you are.
Oh, yours. So, Just a Kid was the one taking his time. He's like, can you ready up, please, Punk? He's like, that's your boy. Oh, are you all right? He didn't even ask. He didn't even give any advice going into the next game. And it looks like he's definitely going to need it right now as Punk is on an offensive spree right now.
Yeah, this offense is looking really strong. Stand light kick, overhead. This might be the round if played correctly.
Oh, of course it's going to be played correctly. You're talking...
It's getting tense.
Oh, he ripped with the fireball rip as Punk was airborne.
Wow. What? Look at the way his mouth was ajar just looking at the opposite team like, what is happening?
Focus on your own team, man.
Defense looking really good up until that point. Just a Kid.
So Punk is now kind of sniping out when Just a Kid wants to walk back after the strings. After the stand short, when he goes for the crouch strong, if he sees Just a Kid standing up, he immediately goes for the low forward. You've seen that time and time again. That's the second instance so far.
Pick up after the trigger activation. Gives him a lot left there, too.
Nice V reversal out. Doesn't want to let Just a Kid get started with that V trigger. Nice conversion. Critical are incoming. That's going to be it. Game 1 going to Punk. Huge adaptation made, leading him to get that victory.
Ain't no rollback offline. Out here, bro. Come on. Toy, teach no warlord. Tell him no warlord strategies in here. It's none of those. You got 2 warlords too. Dang. You got 2 warlords over there. That's crazy.
The moment he picked Karen,
I hit next. That was your man.
Oh, you are.
Oh, yours. So, Just the Kid was the one taking his time. He's like, can you ready up, please, Punk? He's like, that's your boy. Oh, are you all right? He didn't even ask. He didn't even give any advice going into the next game. And it looks like he's definitely going to need it right now as Punk is on an offensive spree right now.
Yeah, this offense is looking really strong. Stand light kick, overhead. This might be the round if played correctly.
Oh, of course it's going to be played correctly. You're talking about the alpha, Steve. The alpha.
Round 2. Fight.
Yo, Punk talking while he's playing.
We got to get the audio.
Please, I hope there's audio for that. That is a skill. I can't talk and play. I can't.
He's talking trash as he's playing.
He's just a kid, Punk, okay?
Look, he's looking over at Toy while he's playing. He doesn't care.
He's looking at Toy.
He was looking and talking at Toy while he was playing.
Oh, did you hear that snicker from Broly Legs? That Bugle Boy snicker?
When you are #1 in CPT, I feel like you don't do stuff like that to me. You be more careful. It's okay, you just my son.
Oh, he's got a new name! He gave me a new
Did you see how Toy's mouth was open?
No,
looking
he's just my son.
Let's go, Tay.
Warlord number 2? Warlord number 2, huh? Yeah, you lost like 400 points that set. Yeah, you definitely know the calculations better than me.
You take 115 roughly.
He says 115 roughly.
That's per game, though.
On, man. I need them points, bro.
Keep it together, Steve. Keep it together.
It's so good. It's like you could smell it.
Yeah, buddy.
He asked him what's he having fun.
Stop talking to him. Don't respond next time. Just don't respond.
Toy.
My son. You want me to put him in timeout?
My kid.
I'm not gonna put him in timeout, bro.
Your kid's over there. Stay over there.
Oh.
This is great.
Look, man, fighting games, they bring out the best. I'm just saying.
You know, that's where the nicknames that kind of stick. They're given to you.
Yeah.
Right? The most memorable nicknames are the ones given to you. Just My Son would be a really...
Just My Son is actually a sick name. We need to get somebody with that actual name.
Fight.
Just My Son. Who did lose to? Man, Just My Son. Okay. Chakotay has his work cut out for him, though.
Oh, that's definitely an understatement, Steve. He's got so much so much to do against Karen, right? Just this matchup alone, Karen controls the neutral so well. Yeah. It gives such a hard time for Mika. We've played this matchup a ton of times.
Yeah.
The normals that Karen has really deter Mika from trying to get in. It stops the dashes, whatever normal she used to slide in, the drop kicks as well. She can even command dash under that if you time it correctly. But still, again, the neutral is just so difficult for Mika.
Yeah, just a lot of options to stop Mika's gameplay here. And you can tell Punk controls the neutral so well that it's going to be even more difficult for a character like Mika to get her game started. That was
real quick. Round 2. Juice tasting good over here, boy.
A few confirms dropped there from El Chakotay. You can tell the pressure's probably getting to him a little bit. But right after this, we have Toys Birdie. That's if Chakotay does not make this work. Big combo.
And it's a whole different story once Mika does get in, right? The only kind of reversals that Karen does have is a three-frame normal and EX% Granted, she has the meter.
Ooh, he's been going to that jumping fierce a lot. Punk with the read.
Yeah, and it's a great choice because Karen at certain angles cannot contest airborne characters unless she uses the meter.
No, it's not gonna work. That was still a really good option though.
The slight delay, whiffing the normal, crouching strong, so active, and not even finishing it.
Let me flex the reset.
He said, "Let me flex." I looked over. He was drinking his orange juice and looking at me.
Don't look at him. I got him.
Dad, that reset. Yo, Steve, you like that reset?
That was pretty nice. I can't be mad at that.
You know, I couldn't kill him with the combo. Had to reset it.
He giving me the strategies while he's playing. Just the kid just shook his head. He's like, "No."
Had to reset him.
You guys did this to yourselves. You guys went over to their desk.
Whoa, you just threw me under the bus.
I mean, that's his son now. I mean,
oh man, you guys, another one. I bet you want to do it again. Okay, he jumped out. But there's the stun with 10. You wasn't even 12 seconds in.
12 seconds.
You were still adjusting your seat.
Oh, he's gonna let him. Watch that. That's a cabeza hit. That's an overhead.
Yo, Tori, what's going on, man?
We okay?
we okay. We're gonna be all right, Steve. That's what he's saying. Oh. We need to get the audio on him, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you right
Just
now.
let it rock. Yeah, and then that whiff punish with the stand fierce. If you try to bait with the dive kick, or excuse me, the drop kick,
yeah,
you still have enough range to punish it correctly.
And the hitbox on her stand fierce is actually really good.
Ridiculous. On the top, in the beginning, and then all out on the sides for the round.
We gonna get this low for a super, baby. We gonna get it. Come on.
Why is just the kid laughing? Why is just the kid laughing?
Why are you laughing at your own teammate?
Man, what's going on? Toy, the team is crumbling before my eyes.
It ain't over with.
You gonna pick Bison? You gonna pick Bison?
Let me get a game.
You gonna pick Bison? Yo, just the kid is on my side, cause that's my son, so you know.
Blood is thicker than water.
That's facts. Blood is thicker than water.
Blood is thicker than water.
Oh,
blood is thicker than teammates. I think you're kind of too short to be his dad, so it's definitely me, right? You're a little bit too short, Joey.
When we go to commercial break, it's on.
You don't get to control that. That's us up here. You don't ever tell us to do our job, all right?
He said when we go to commercial break, it's on.
I thought he was telling us we gotta cut to a break.
We gotta cut to a break. This is getting out of hand.
It's not how it works here.
Well.
So, just to kind of update you, Punk is doing it again. What I mean by that is he is currently the anchor for Team Inferno, and he's running the gauntlet versus Team Psycho. Now it's down to the final competitors, Captain versus Captain. However, Toy is actually going to have a very, very hard time. He does not have Bison because of this character ban in place.
That's going to be the hard part. And when it comes to the layout, when it comes to strategizing, that's something that you think about, right? Now Toy is the last player to try and stop Punk from reverse OC being this entire team.
And I gotta say, a lot of the tactics that Team Psycho has been using has really been backfiring a little bit. They were doing so well earlier. They did have a 2-game advantage right out the gate. I believe it was Chakotay taking out Broly Legs. Just the kid, or no, excuse me, Toy taking out JB. But here we are, final match.
His last chance. He is still talking smack right now. This is powered up Punk. The Goon Squad in full effect right now.
That's not fair. It's 4v2.
Right.
No loyalty. Oh.
My bad.
Oh, big time punish. Okay. He's standing up.
I'm getting cooked.
Oh, shit! Damn.
Take throw.
Yeah, again, it's that situation where he can't stand that meaty.
Oh, no.
Waking him up. Punk is calling it. No activation.
Standing
Well, he would have
kick.
got punished.
It's okay. You got 40 seconds or so.
Oh, crap.
Okay, he can't stand another dolphin dive. I just told him. I literally just said it.
I knew it was coming, too. He's random.
Round 2. Fight.
That was the one thing he had to look out for. He did say he saw it coming, but it's just when. It's the matter of when.
Oh.
Stand fierce. Yeah, low forward check, no conversion. The first time we actually see him not convert from low forward, right? He's a full compilation. Oh my goodness. Feel it.
Feeling it. Oh, man, you forgot about that? Oldest trick in the book.
It actually is. Yeah, that was season 1. That's
in there, bro.
Hey, stuff in here.
He ran out of orange juice like 4 matches.
Shut up, Jeremy. Shut up. Leave alone, man.
Why are you standing?
Crouch fierce. Yeah. Cover that anti-air option.
Oh, crap.
Gets the crush.
Oh
Big
my
damage.
God.
Spins the CA on top of it. This is going to be a really big life lead.
It's not what I was thinking.
My sentiments exactly. No, he tried something on Wake Up. He said, get off me, but ate the boot.
Hit something, Pop! Yeah, let's go! I didn't know what combo
Did you hear JB? Did you hear JB? He said, oh, God.
Toy didn't even know how he wanted to finish the combo.
He popped off before it was over.
It's okay. Just ready up, bro. Go back into it. You got momentum right now.
Trying to talk him out of the game. Game 2.
The mental warfare is really flying right now. That's what we like to see here. That's Street Fighter League. Okay, gets the push. He's hungry, he says.
That was a good try. Backs all the way up, using that standing roundhouse. Oh, kind of hesitating going in. Those are big normals by Birdie. Ooh, the EX with the armor to get through.
No, anti-air is a little bit too late.
Life lead in favor of Toy right now. The neutral jump.
He's getting solid reads against Punk. Activation time from Karen.
You said yourself she cannot deal with some of those angles when it comes to a jump in. Back
Exactly it. Oh, huge life lead right now from Toy. Still has V-Trigger 2 loaded as well. Might not need it. He sets him ablaze. Anti-air V-Trigger 2.
The real thing. JB says real. Oh, wait. Brawley was like, yo, real time. Real time. Crush counter. Side switch.
Ooh. Back and forth 2 times over. We rarely get to see that.
And still really close to this corner. Standing medium kick just to keep him at bay. Oh.
Caught him midway through that V-skill. Toy using that long-range fierce again. One of the tools that Karen has a really hard time trying to counter.
Backdash. Spins meter. Tick throw. This is a series we've seen Punk be really successful at.
Oh, too far out. Tried to command grab from that far. Not going to happen.
All right, right now you should be thinking about the other round. Spins, V-trigger.
Oh, and he still ducked it. He baited something out of it. Could have blocked it, but wasn't in time.
Punk taking his time. 48 seconds left on the clock. 2 bars of EX. He's going to need all this for this next round.
Remember the last time he waited out a round, he ended up getting dolphin dive twice over. Chain? Okay, you can't take your turn immediately after that. Punk with appropriate response.
Final round.
All right, Punk needs this round to stay alive in this team battle.
Nice confirmed there. Low force, sticking it right out.
This is match point. Nice jab right there. That was definitely a walk-up throw. Toy scouted. Uses that jab, that light punch to keep him at bay. Punk playing back a very respectful range. No standing medium kicks just yet. He knows that Toy likes to swing a bit. Wow, I know.
The stutter step, and he just got him max distance, still able to get the Tenko. So difficult to do sometimes.
Okay, gets clipped by the EX. Tosses the can, it's still there, pushes past it, and gets clipped anyway.
It's definitely an excellent trade-off for Punk, taking minimal damage while that gray life is pretty stacked there from Toy, but he's recovering little by little. Big jump in, no conversion though. Still managing it with a medium kick afterwards. There was a reversal. There was a significant gap in between that low forward. Again, tried to reversal.
Finally jumps out. He still has trigger on top of it. He needs CA. Punk needs CA or else this is over.
The reversal. It's like that.
Oh.
No, because you'll go through the train.
We know matchups out here, baby.
Who was he talking to?
I don't know, but he looked up.
He looked up. Who was he talking to?
No.
No, like I could experience through it or whatever.
Bro, you can jump it.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me.
Oh, really?
What Choco they telling him? He like, I play Mika command grab. I know what it is. I understand the thought process of what gets the warlord. You just jump. I'm gonna use your strategy.
He's going to use their own strategy against them, which is just to jump, quote unquote, from Punk. Calling the strategies out from the 3 warlords over there. Maybe 2 warlords and a grandmaster. I don't know what rank Toy is. I actually forgot.
Super silver.
Super silver. according to Bro, he likes super silver.
There's nothing wrong with super silver. We all got to start somewhere, okay?
No, nothing wrong with that.
Stun becoming a factor.
It definitely is. And no, actually, I take it back. It's just back throw. See, again, that's one of the weaknesses. You're really seeing it once Birdie is stuck in this corner. So long as Karen gets to constantly use a meaty against you, whether it's a normal or a throw, Birdie wouldn't have a response to that. He's forced to block or tech at the correct moment because he doesn't have the tools to reversal properly.
Back throw. Toy needs this. He needs all of this. No anti-air, still gets the big roundhouse. Tries to go for another one. Punk says he's done with that V reversal. Tech back to the middle of the screen. Life in favor of Birdie right now. But look at the gray life.
Is stacking up, yeah.
No anti-air? Back throw. That is a chunk of damage.
It's like a full combo's worth of damage.
That stand medium kick, trying to lure him in a false sense of security. What a combo! Trigger 2. Ooh, that is going to hurt. Ugh!
Activation off of the V-skill. Very wise choice there from Punk. A great way to close the gap as well. The block there from Toy!
Final round. Shout out to my boy Ribby. Already seen he gave me the okay, the thumbs up. This is the last round to determine what happens. Team Inferno versus Team Psycho. Wow.
Boom! Gets the throw, already getting started, keeping the strategy intact. Punk needs to keep Birdie locked down. The shimmy!
That's that travel size shimmy. You can get that on the plane, man. You can put that in your overhead. Oh!
TSA approved, and here comes Karen taking off. Ready for flight? Thank you for flying Team Inferno Airlines. We hope you enjoyed your stay. We look forward to your visit again soon.
Was it GG's though? Dad, why y'all let Toy do better than y'all? That's crazy. That's not his...
It's a bad matchup, man. Hey, if you lose, it's a bad matchup. Ain't that what Smoke say?
It is a bad matchup. Good job.
And the classic. I love how he does this afterwards. He feels himself. He was like, yeah.
I had to make sure I'm not dreaming.
I did a great job. Well, that being said, again, Team Inferno still with a very, very strong standing here. Currently in first place, still retaining that first place. The Alpha leading the way. And Team Psycho still there at the bottom of the barrel right now. It's 6th place, but they still have plenty more weeks to come here in Street Fighter League, the Pro US Season 1. There's so much more to handle. But, again, we want to take an in-depth look. Actually, I want to see these guys go at each other's throats. I'm going to take it away with Rip standing by with the captains.
Man, oh man, that was a fun set to watch for both you guys. I gotta say, that was a lot of fun. Toy, you got this mental warfare game going, man. Yeah, did you feel like you made a little mistake going against them with it?
Nah, man. I mean, like, we almost beat, like, they're the #1 seeded team. Everybody expects them to win. We took them down to the wire. I feel like, I don't know, it didn't hurt us. So, I mean, we're gonna keep it going, baby. Mental warfare is the entire game.
Yeah, of course, Punk, your team remains undefeated after this set here. Man, you are looking smug as hell right now. How do you feel?
You know, I feel good. You know, mental game don't work on me. I'm the master of that, so that's bad to go into. I think that being that mental towards me and then I come back to your team, they can't handle it is good. So I think I cracked your team, you know. So I think you only hurt your team. Just the kid was out here going against you, or just my son. Let me correct that. Just my son was going against you. No, you're too short.
You're not claiming I'm not.
You're too short, bro. Come on, man.
Regardless of his height, you know, you guys are going to be playing each other again later on in the season. how do you feel about that one going forward right now from how things went down this time?
So I'm short.
Nah, you might be like just below average height.
All right, it's whatever.
It is whatever. Let's send it back to the desk.
I mean, they could just settle with like a custody
That
battle.
is so disrespectful. He said you're just below average height. What? What?
I like how Toy looked for his vote of confidence in you right after. He just looked at you. He's like, man, he's gonna
Yo,
call
Toy, we out here,
that.
baby. It's all right, man. I'm short too. But I'll tell you who's come up short. That will be Team Psycho in 6th place. Toy and his team did go down there 1-3 right now. Above them at 5th, that's going to be Team Spirit, led by Justin Wong. At 4th place, we're going to have Team Frost. 3rd, led by Knuckledoo, Team Gale, that is. 2nd place is Team Storm, with a resurgence up to 2nd place. And of course, you heard him talking just now. The leader of Team Inferno, they are at 4-0 so far here in the Street Fighter League, and their captain, Punk.
That being said, we have our final battle established. You saw the 5th place and 4th place standings. They haven't fought their 4th week yet. So that's going to be who's coming up. It's going to be Team Frost versus Team Spirit. When we return, do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Still my heart, and you stay the coming end.
Do you struggle to find happiness? Do you get the feeling there's something greater for you? There is.
Due to the citywide outbreak, you are advised to take shelter at the police station.
Anybody here?
I don't like the sound of that.
We're getting out of here. Leon!
My mission is to take down Umbrella's entire operation. They're secretly making bioweapons.
Count me in.
Available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Rated M for mature.
Welcome back, everybody, to Street Fighter League Pro US Season 1. My name is Vicious, here with Tasty Steve, and we're back with our final team battle for the week.
Yeah, we've had some exciting battles. We had 2 reverse OCVs today, but we have one more battle left for you guys this week. It's going to be Team Spirit versus Team Frost. Nephew's team, one of those guys, they're getting used to this team format, changing up their scheduled players just so they can kind of get a feel for it. Team Spirit just the same, 1-2, same record, and I feel like Justin's team is still getting their legs as well. We've seen a lot of teams evolve, have newer strategies, get stronger as the weeks go on. These 2 teams, one of the 2 struggling teams, even though they have some of the best and brightest captains.
I'm kind of curious to see who they're going to ban and what their player order is going to be. And here with Rip standing by with both captains, we're going to find out how this plays out.
Thanks, Vicious. I'm here with Nephew and Justin Wong. Of course, Nephew, we've seen people try to focus the bans on you. On the other side, we've seen people try to focus the bans on Justin, but no one's really tried to focus it on maybe like a Brian F, the way people have been focusing JB now on Punk's team. So who would you like to ban from Justin's team?
We're actually going to ban Balrog.
Oh, man, I did not even know that. That was pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Justin, who would you like to ban from their team?
So I actually thought that they would ban Brian F. So this time we're going to ban Dual Kevin Rashid.
Wow. Okay, taking out dual Kevin Rashid. Very interesting strategy here. How about your player order?
Our player order is going to be dual Kevin, then me, then up to Snuff.
All right, so Up to Snuff going to be your anchor. You're going to be going in the middle. Dual Kevin kicking off. How about for you guys?
It's going to be myself, Brian F., and Psycho.
Interesting stuff. So there you have it. Justin Wong going to be kicking things off against Dual Kevin. Let's send it back to the desk.
I think it's super, super interesting that here in week 5, we're starting to get these captains that are changing up the order so drastically. And now we're getting to see a variety of matchups between these teams because they're focusing on kind of clipping or, you know, restricting one of the stronger players or maybe a middle player that might be strongest, and then that way you kind of fight it out and get those 2 wins and make them fight one of the stronger players. The strategy is actually unfolding before our very eyes. It's getting really, really interesting.
Yeah, these guys are deciding to focus on the character specialists rather than the team captains, which I still think is pretty good because considering both the records, they're trying to get as many wins as possible because the game differential does matter at the end of the day as we've come along towards halfway through the season, right? So every win counts going forward. These guys are about to fight every other team again and over, so they have to make sure their strategy works out for them. So that being said, we do have the teams locked and ready to go between Team Frost and Team Spirit. We're going to see how it goes down in just a few more moments.
This is the path of my destiny. Dare you challenge the king? This is the path of my destiny.
Pleased to meet you.
And we are here with our final team battle. We do have Team Frost going up against Team Spirit. Both of these guys in 5th and 4th place currently in the standings respectively. We do have Dual Kevin up first on deck on Team Frost. And I believe we have Justin Wong, the captain, going ahead for Team Spirit.
Well, like you said before, the character ban will be on Balrog and Rashid. That Rashid was aimed at my boy Dual Kevin. And Dual Kevin, is he going with the G?
You see it right there. He is going maximum president here against Justin Wong.
Round 1.
And here we go, game number 1. We do have the G pick. Now, a little bit of a tidbit of info here. You know, Nephew does have a very, very strong G. We've seen it from the previous weeks. Dual Kevin, he's been constantly practicing with his team captain. It's been like a Rashid and G matchup, and Nephew would tell him how to play the character and how to play against the character. Kevin very much so familiar with G, so we'll see how it works out against the likes of the team captain.
Speaking of that, you know these captains and the rest of the team can like give you pointers in between. We've seen Dual Kevin give pointers to his entire team, including Nephew and Up to Snuff. So it's not like it's unheard of. Also, just the fact, like you said before, Nephew played a very successful G maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, and just looked phenomenal doing so. But now he's fighting Justin Wong's Manat, and look at the life differential already. Trigger is available, and my boy G is known for stealing rounds. What a cheat!
Just mentioned it again.
Wheel kick.
The round stealer can go for a command grab if he gets it right. He tried to, but Justin Wong way ahead of the curve here. Nice block from Dual Kevin. But the blocks aren't enough when you have to contest a throw.
Really smart play there by Justin, activating that trigger. Dual Kevin actually made it out with very luckily, and still ended up losing that round because of the throw from Justin. Round 1, that's going to be Justin Wong. Backing up a tad. Neutral jumps the fireball. Still needs to be careful. We saw those wheel kicks come out. We know Dual Kevin has the capacity to do so. Just backing up more and more. Using those fireballs to range, control.
Yeah, and I like the idea of just tempting Justin Wong to go forward by powering up in front of him, because Justin Wong's just been so effective with the stand fierce range of Manat. That orb just covers, but still Dual Kevin managed to find a way with an EX dash punch and then powering up that P level.
And if you notice that it's going to be a lot harder for Manat to get that knockdown. Her B-reversal is not going to have her do so. That means Justin has to come in close, like you said before. And that's going to give Dual Kevin an opportunity to get something started. But now he loses all those levels, gets the crush counter knockdown, and Justin back to the regular game.
Yeah, the game plan of going back and forth between defensive and offensive, it immediately kind of triggers Dual Kevin a little bit. He's like, dang, do I have to go with the fireball game? Do I start to walk forward, contest with my normals? But keep in mind, Dual Kevin has fully stacked meter, full critical alert, and V trigger. He can go for a dash punch if he finds an opening against Justin Wong to activate.
Sets that hook right in front. The mine.
I like that. I like that too. Dual Kevin using that time for the recall to power up G.
You know that.
13 seconds left.
Back throw. I thought that was going to work. I thought he was going to get the command throw, go right into super, activate.
Yeah, so a lot of the times, the biggest problem that G's having, that Dual Kevin specifically is having, is navigating his way past the stand fierce. Immediately went to talk to Nephew about it, because Nephew obviously has a pretty effective G. He's like, what are you going to do in this situation?
Yeah, or even when he's like in neutral, it's like,
Brian doesn't think that advice is going to work.
That was a hearty chuckle. I saw his chest floating like.
He's like, I don't know about all that.
Back to the fireball game. I like Dual Kevin's strategy though. Play the range game using the fireball, make Justin move around or come in like you said before.
Yeah, the character Manat is the kind of character that forces you to play the lane game. You have to play according to where she's at with her orbs as well. Stun, yes sir. That's definitely going to be the round for Justin Wong. Nice use of the meter there to finish the combo. The first round for Justin Wong in game 2. This is the match point for Justin. No anti-air. It might have been
It looked like it was a command.
Way too many inputs, yeah.
Good button just to keep him out.
Yeah, Stand Fierce is such a great tool to just kind of check from further distances out from Manat, right? And if it crush counters, she's going to be building gauge from that as well. There it is, yeah, retracting as well, getting the dash punches in that opening. I like the idea of trying to jump away, but Justin Wong contests air-to-air, jump back jab, a nice safe option. And Dual Kevin hasn't gotten much started, but he will after this crush counter, going into V-trigger, continuing the combo. Look at all the red. Can you block this? V-skill in the air, enhanced version of it. While in V-trigger, okay, keep him in block stun. The orb, the defensive orb from Justin Wong.
Good conversion, nice block. Wow, I thought that was actually going to hit.
It's really deceptive. Again, that range is just so hard to tell. You have to really study this character to understand where she wants to move from. And then she goes to the gap and the throw. Justin Wong, he went from the fierce range to the strong range, the jab range, into the throw.
Yeah, you can see even when he was changing up that distance that he was playing at, it just seemed like Dual Kevin really wasn't prepared to make those switches just as fast, right? Street Fighter V is a very, very simple game. However, the situations that it puts you in requires a lot of like precise timing, execution. You have to be ready to air somebody, make them get control back of that space. That's why you see a lot of players check dashes with jabs. You have to be at the ready in those instances. And I think Justin going from that, you know, that super defensive to dash up, walk up, throw, is one of those things Dual Kevin hasn't completely got used to yet, or maybe just the rate. You never know. However, that's going to be a W for Justin Wong and Team Spirit. Next up, we have Nephew, and he's going to be going up against Brian F. We saw the ban actually affect Brian F. because they aimed for Balrog.
Yeah, I've never seen Brian F. Play too many secondaries during the tour. However, on the stream, I have seen him play the likes of Abigail.
Abigail.
That might be the character I saw. I had to look over. He
finished chugging his water, and then he looked at me, and he was like, maybe.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be the case, as he's been messing around with Abigail. That was one of the characters that kind of gave him a hard time through the tour. Actually gave a lot of people a hard time.
Yeah.
So he played that character to kind of better understand how to approach him. And so you could believe that he's going to have that character locked and loaded for the likes of Nephew's main character, Colleen.
See him talking to Up to Snuff there. Brian F. talking to his coach one more time before he gets in.
Coach, Captain, Justin Wong.
Coach, Captain.
Coach, Captain, Dad, Husband.
Got a lot of titles.
Multi-time Evo champion.
All right, getting all prepared here.
And here we go again. Everything here, these matches between these two players is going to be best of 3. So first 2 wins.
It seems to be
And you can see there that Colleen pick and Abigail. I'm telling you, we've done the research. We tune into the streams, man. It's important. It's absolutely important. We like to see how these professional players dissect the game, the mechanics, what characters give them a hard time, and how they approach those matchups. And in turn, you end up learning how to play those characters. Very, very crucial in developing yourself as a professional player.
Yeah, you talked about his stream. Brian F. does stream a lot. So you know he has, and I said, I think week 1, week 2, he's a tech monster. He likes to go into the lab, figure out this game, get the intricacies down, and implant that into his gameplay. Let's see what he does against Colleen, though.
Yeah, I like this range. So 2 times in a row, Nephew went for the parry to kind of contest Abigail's ranges, but he's keeping it nice and calm, right? Crouch jabs over and over again, because it just covers so much range, horizontal range in front of him.
Stand strong.
Tried to anti-air, but still wasn't enough. After that vanity step, sit him down, armbar.
That's a big arm. Parabellum hands gets the stun. It's good damage. Reset.
I like that reset. Didn't get to convert, but still managed to get the swing into the back fierce again. Didn't even need the guard break. Nice punish there from Nephew. Keeping it cool too. He wasn't gonna freak out as he saw armored Abigail coming towards him.
Yeah, I like the jump back just to be sure. Then jumps over him, gets clear of the big punch that comes after. Big crush counter. I like checking on the legs. Another crush counter again. Parabellum hands gets the knockdown. And now Abigail is in the corner. Nephew is in control. Big standing roundhouse. Air to air. Gets the side switch.
What a block. He's seen that setup before. Let it snow. Here comes Nephew. Close to stun. He gets it. Rock bottom. People's Icicle.
The People's Icicle.
Got another word to it. Good. Good conversion, man. Not for real.
You don't need to. I really just fine until you jump there. It's just a mass jab. I'm kidding.
I don't. One of the pieces of advice was he's got a mass jab in between that. I might have heard that incorrectly, but it's also it's not.
It
bad.
sounds like a valid strategy, especially if she's moving around. You got to make sure she's not going to be able to do anything. So
yeah, right out the gate. Brian Epp was kind of checking Nephew to see how he would move forward. Yeah, the dash really sneaking in there. Throwing out that jab is really a problem to get around against Abigail.
Yeah, that crouch jab is really good. And you saw Brian Epp using a bunch of stand strong, which is also a really good button pretty. Yeah, if it's slow enough, kind of has a little evasiveness to it because a lot of people try to swing up close, and most people they get hit by that crouch jab or that stand jab. So Abigail has a lot of good normals to keep you honest up close.
Yeah, it's just some of his normals have a ton of startup on it. Like, speaking of that medium punch button, even though it has a decent amount of startup, if you meet it correctly, it still leaves him at a huge advantage to even do it again. Oh yeah, the Maple Leaf Stomper. I think it's like Leaf Crusher. I think that's the name of the move.
Is that the name? I'm not sure.
Because he steps over it, yeah.
Brian F. looking like he's in trouble right now. That first game for Nephew was pretty good.
Again, using that jab's very effective there and stopping the range. He tried to buffer out a normal. After that stand strong, Nephew did get counter poke, but wasn't in range for the follow-up. Let it snow.
Oh, activate after the sweep.
Really testing Nephew's patience here. Trying to see if he's going to flinch.
See if he's going to try to get out of there, possibly get a hit. About 15 seconds left on the clock. Brian F still.
Already?
Yeah. Nephew's not taking any real chances right here, right? You don't want to get caught with Abigail. He has full CA. There's a crush counter.
Yeah, it could have been a big deal if he had made a misstep. 1 second left to go. Brian F not going to be able to chase Nephew down. So what he did was he resorted to building meter a little bit. He understood the situation. Now it's going to be match point for Nephew.
Did Abigail bite the tire when he lost on the time?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, like he bit the tire. The one on his arm, to be clear.
Oh! That's what Nephew was looking for, to kind of see Brian F's counter pokes. Okay.
Just walking down that corner, gets another crush counter. Stun, starting to become a factor. Decent damage here. Not a throw yet. Counter hit. There's the stun, and Nephew.
Oh, try to get a reset and a bait as well. Fishing with that Sand Fierce. We talked about this before when it comes to Colleen. That's one of her favorite buttons.
Ooh, wow, just right out of range. That roundhouse whiffed.
Oh, he dropped the combo. He tried to go for the command grab too far out. Nephew's going to be taking out Brian F. And the ban pick towards Balrog has paid off. Is this what I think it is, by the way? For the final remaining players, it's up to snuff versus Psycho. You know what that means, right?
No, what's that mean?
And a Colleen mirror match.
What?
I like how you're just as surprised. You already knew.
Yeah, I already knew. I mean, for the people at home, you know, you got to make sure they know what's about to happen. I mean, these players are very, very strong. We talked about how the ban is going to affect teams. And right now, you see what happened. Brian F., a super strong player, but once you force someone to fight a matchup that they don't typically deal with, regardless of how fundamentally sound they are, there's going to be new things. You're going to get a reaction out of them. It's all about, you know, having that patience to deal with. You spoke about patience.
Yeah.
You're going to need that playing some of these players. These are some of the best players in the world. So regardless if you have a really good secondary, you still need the fundamentals to play sound, stay smart, keep your head in the game.
It would have been kind of silly to kind of see either of the captains. You know what? We're gonna ban Nikali. If it was one of those like wild predictions, like, we're gonna go with Nikali.
I would have. I would have. We've seen Up to Snuff. We've seen Up to Snuff play Akuma.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but Psycho plays Nikali. I mean,
but if they would have been, well, I guess
neither of the captains can actually call that out, right? So
yeah.
It's very interesting to kind of see. And I mean, if maybe the captain was kind of wild, just to kind of throw the other team off. But you know, it's one of the beauties of having this format, being able to ban a character and then double blind pick when it comes to the player order. So, that being said, 2 members apiece remaining. It's pretty much neck and neck between Team Frost and Team Spirit.
Taking a thought here. Going to his character select screen. So we really gonna have the mirror, huh? Sick.
You thought I was lying to you?
Sick.
I like that. Red versus blue. Look at that.
So obviously there's going to be a little more to this matchup because these guys both play the character. So they're going to be looking for virtually, well, basically the same things. Just depends on the situation and what it calls for.
Double V skill.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 1. All right. 50%. We'll take those. It's not passing, but you know. I legit thought if they already knew, it would have been like double V skill and both knock each other down. That would have been pretty cool.
I like the call out though. You were confident.
Uppercut? Yes, sir. I did get a chance to play against Psycho. His reactions are very much so keen. He's aware of the ground game, and he understands that once you get him focused on the ground game, people tend to jump.
No, that's definitely true. Especially in this game, like you're gonna say, well, hey, I don't know what to do on the ground versus this character. Especially a character like Nikali, who has like seismo, he has disc of guidance, like his jump in's really good. He has a dive kick and the command throw, all really scary tools to have. Crouch jab, up to snuff, takes that first round.
Up to stuff, not really believing in Psycho's approach, right? Every time he gets the knockdown, he's woken up with a button, and he's been stuffed by a majority of the times. And also doesn't believe Psycho's tendencies to actually wake up with an uppercut, right? He did get almost zero chances to play offense. Ooh. He does have time to adapt, though. Again, this is the mirror match.
Back throw, wake up EXDP. Psycho just looks like he's controlling this entire matchup.
Right as soon as you say that, that neutral jump does manage to land on Psycho. Okay. Gets a stun. Not gonna spend it. He's gonna save it for the next round, and you know what? It paid off for him.
Okay, up to snuff. He's made some small adjustments, and now he's gonna put a round on the board that's gonna be tied right now.
Firing away, that's 3 for 3.
He's doing it.
Back throw into the corner, it's all up to stuff now. Command grab, gonna go for the damage instead. What's the meaty situation? Command grab again. He does have one of those.
The crouching fierce, really close to getting stunned right now. Tries to go for the instant overhead. Here's the activation.
He knows the character, Steve. He plays him, that's his main. He knows the overhead's coming for the stun.
Tries to jump out once again. I like to check with the crouching strong right there. Finds a jump in. Psycho just keeps jumping.
Ooh.
So when you're in regular Nikali form, you hit a lot of counters strong. Don't I tried to activate and I got a blink. Don't just go EXP. Like how you got back. You know what I mean? Just on the XP, whatever. You're still waiting the neutral. You got all the ground.
Okay. A little insight. That's what I mean by having a really strong strategic mind behind you. Having a coach like Justin Wong is nothing short of amazing. It's going to do wonders for your gameplay with just small ones. Yo, man, you need to block.
Just practicing with a guy of that caliber, Justin Wong. Again, if there was a FGC Hall of Fame, he would definitely be indicted, right? He would be one of those guys. He's been leading the FGC for so long, right? Just having him on your side is just going to make you a better player.
Back throw. Stun starting to go down, but still up to snuff in trouble. Be a reversal. Dash up the medium kick.
Into it.
Psycho just letting him hang himself. Gets the neutral and just really take it back up to snuff. Is in trouble right now. One more round and Psycho's going to take it. That's going to put them up 2-1.
And this kind of loss is going to hurt even more because you're beating him with your own character. It never feels good losing the mirror match. It really doesn't.
It does not. Nobody likes mirror matches, man. I'm a firm believer in I hate mirror matches.
I mean, some people do. They're like, yeah, I get to show off why I'm better than you because I know the character more. But
that don't even make sense, man. How you gonna be better than somebody?
A lot of people say.
With the character?
A lot of people say feel that way, man. They're like, yeah, I'm a better Nikali player because I beat you in the mirror match. What? All right. But it's not going to be the case. Snuff ties it up here in this second game. Huge life lead there. A big swing turnaround. Dang, that crouch fierce. Command grab afterwards.
Psycho in control right now.
And I like how he's in range. He knows he's in range to get that low forward just in case afterwards. That's a stun. A good amount of damage. I think one mix-up away for Psycho.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Nice blocks there. Great defense from Psycho. Get the V reversal. Get off me. But it's still... Even though it grants him that space, Nikali gets to keep the V-trigger, but it doesn't matter what your name is. EX uppercut.
Like 3-4 times.
Every DP?
Yeah, he's hit every single EX DP. That's right.
See, he's right.
Yeah. He was right. He got him every single time. Didn't respect the wake up.
I mean, Nikali's already kind of like an overbearing character. Right? He's really scary. And he's in trigger. He gets to move around super fast. He does
His
a lot
dashes
of damage.
are ridiculous. 2 dashes. If you go from full screen with a V-trigger Nikali, 2 dashes covers that ground. We've seen it.
Well, there you have it, man. Team Spirit taking the lead in that set. They only have one more player left on that side. That's going to be Nephew.
On Frost, yeah. So it's going to be the Colleen pick going against the other team captain, resetting the rotation here because Justin Wong did win his match earlier.
I like that idea, though. Once again, we're seeing these strategies kind of change up. I mean, so Team Frost actually nerfed Brian F. with Balrog, right? And then Team Spirit says we're going to go for Rashid, and that's going to clip Dual Kevin. Dual Kevin has been one of the strongest players on Team Frost so far.
I agree.
Right? So clipping him is really, really smart. Making sure he's not going to be able to pick his character really kind of offsets that balance because Dual Kevin was getting in some sneaky wins, bro. Like, he was actually sliding in there. Like, let me take this damage. Let me get these games. And those are the things that keep effect. I believe they have a pretty close match count in like 15 to 14 matches apiece. So this is going to be still interesting. And now we have Mr. Nephew, who gets to play his character, versus Justin Wong, who also gets to play his character.
Down to the captains with both of their mains. Full potential here for Team Frost and Team Spirit. Just to kind of remind you, there's still 2 players remaining on Team Spirit. Justin Wong being one of them, as you see on your screen, and Psycho, who just took down Up to Snuff. And it's going to be the team captains going at it again. Here we go. First game between the two. Team Frost versus Team Spirit. Here we go.
Both of these guys full power. The only difference is Team Frost only has Nephew left, and he's the captain. Justin Wong has Psycho and himself.
This is Jam.
Oh, this is actually
Rio de Janeiro. Yeah.
Just a breakdown.
Gets the forward throw, creates that space, dashes up, now gets to enforce that orb, right? The spacing with the orb to kind of check the advance of Nephew. And I like that he dashes up as soon as he sees the orb retract.
Yeah, you gotta need that kind of awareness. You like covering dash distance, especially versus a character like Manat who controls space so well, is too important. It's the only way you're gonna get games. On top of that, if you're playing a player like Justin who's content with just holding back and hitting standing fierce, or while the parry.
That's a good amount of damage on that parry.
Oh, tried
he
to let the orbs
steps
fly.
past it?
He tried to let the orbs fly when he was in the air. It did not work. Tries to go for the drill. Defense looking pretty solid. There's a throw from Justin.
Oh, and the V-skill, just enough too. He gets to use the rest of it. I'm telling you, we've mentioned this time and time again. Anytime a Colleen pick happens and it's V-trigger 2, you gotta be aware of that bar because she can do so much with it. Combo extension, closing the gap, extending her range. Let it snow. Ridiculous amounts of damage incoming.
Here we go, gonna get the push parabellum. Dash up once again, really close to the corner and gets to crush this first game.
The shimmy.
Dual Kevin did a little shimmy himself in real life. Yeah. Oh.
I like that a lot. You're not scared, I'm not scared.
I know scared, you don't scared.
Yeah, the classic. Vanity step, pass, trying to get the orbs to come out from Justin Wong, but he still has all 6 ready to go. And there's the opener. Gonna go for the reset? Yes, great tech there from Nephew. The recall in the orb, the other orb shooting out. Hot in the fire zone, or the blast zone.
Takes the throw. Justin has a chance now. The exhale storm
You are
catches him
not
out
allowed
of the
to
air
do that.
with the vanity step.
Come on. Strategy's good.
Not allowed to take flight in between that, because again, we mentioned that when you're in V-trigger with Colleen, you get to cover that ground almost instantaneously with the ice step.
Fight.
It's so cool the way she glides around the animation in general. It's really cool.
She's skating, man.
Just from the beat, from that, it caught me off guard a little bit. All right, now cornered is Justin Wong, Nephew applying that pressure with a parabellum as well. Spacing that out correctly, you're going to do a ton of damage, or a ton of chip damage, and not going to be able to be punished. Again, only if it's spaced correctly. Activation from the sweep. Big ol' icicles.
Rock bottom.
Look how big those things are.
Tries to make Manat walk into that standing fierce.
I forget she does have enhanced icicles. It's so difficult to keep track sometimes because you're so concerned with the ground game that Colleen has even more dangerous, bigger of a threat with V-Trigger 2 activated.
Tries Tries to find something. Justin just holding his ground. Really close to closing out. There's a crush counter though. Gonna push to the corner.
Oh, okay. Went for the reset. Went for a risky gamble there with the... Oh, boy. That's not going to happen.
The V-reversal and the punish, you know he knows.
I think he barely got that V-reversal as well.
I don't know, man. He had a nice little chunk on there.
A little bit, yeah. Holding on to it. That's going to put, that's going to put match point there for Nephew.
Oh, crush counter sweep.
Nice exchange there.
Bunch of trades.
Yeah, it was a fierce exchange. Nice jump back jab to kind of check the vanity step. Let it rain. Yeah, he can't. He has to hold that. Great block on the overhead and the side switch. Now Justin Wong in full control. I take it all back.
Oh, the side switch, Justin.
Keep him there. You're not allowed to press a button during that exchange, and Nephew is going to take down the other team captain.
Things are starting to round up quite well. But of course, Psycho still alive for Team Spirit. So they do have a chance. They do have a chance. And we just saw how good his Nikali was. I'm really interested to see what he's going to have for my boy Nephew. Nephew just taking out Justin Wong. So you know just how strong he is. This is going to be the last chance for both of our teams. And these guys are pretty close in the rankings, right? And I only say that because it's all about the matches in the rounds won.
5th and 4th place for both teams, respectively. Yeah.
And I know, I believe Team Spirit has about 15 wins, and Team Nephew has about 13 wins. On one of those, it's one of those. And those matches will definitely make a difference. We talked about how it messes with the scaling, but that's only because we're doing a full count of team battles. But those little rounds and matches in between definitely still affect our overall outcome.
Again, we've only been just about our first lap here at Street Fighter League in the first season. These guys have to fight each other again. It's going to be a double round robin. That's what you can expect throughout the entirety of Season 1. And going forward, these guys have to make every one of these wins count. We're already at the halfway point.
Kali versus Colleen, another full power match right here to get a point to stay alive in the season.
Round 1. Fight.
And here we go. Main on main. Nephew using that Colleen. Psycho rocking the Kali.
Already trying to fish for it. The standing roundhouse. There it is. He wants you to know he's going to use it.
And it was a good idea for Psycho to kind of dash forward after the back roundhouse was whiffed from Colleen to kind of cover that ground. But Nephew put in the work. 3 rock bottoms.
Jump. No. This time wake up with crouch jab. It's going to be an activation from Psycho. Dashes his way out of the corner. There's another forward throw. Tries to use the size mode to catch the movement on the ground. Wake up.
Oh, he knows. He was watching the previous game. He knows you want to be a nut.
What did I say? This is all data. All data. Anytime you see one of your teammates play somebody else, it's all data. Because you know you're not playing. The only chance you would play that character is if that's the last one remaining.
Launch him up, sweep, Parabellum does get the carry and the good amount of damage as well. Enough time to get a meaty, but Psycho V-reversaling out. Crush counter.
Walk up, crush counter fierce. Vanity step. Oh, that was so good.
One of Colleen's best buttons. Such a strong character as well. Yeah, okay. He thought he had enough to activate the V-trigger. That's what he wanted initially. Didn't get punished too much for it, but this is going to be a big punish. Activation. Disc guidance follow through.
Checking on the legs. Slowly pushing to the corner. Finally gets a hit.
Doesn't spend it.
Up to Psycho now to try to close this out. There we go. Finally. Don't let him live. Because that trigger is going to be a problem, yeah?
2 crouch jabs could have gone into the EX steps, but you know what? He faked out Nephew, threw out the stand strong. Ha, gotcha.
Okay, Parabellum going to get a dash up.
Nice attack there from both players. Nice V skill, okay. Building that V gauge little by little. Again, enhanced Nikali, whole different story.
Rock bottom.
Once Nikali, okay, spending the EX step after the low forward. Once Nikali hits that V trigger, he's going to be a better version of himself. Increased dash speed, different properties on the normals. A little harder to press buttons against, right?
but it can't be reversal though.
That's right. That's one of the downsides to it because he does have an infinite trigger. He's in that state right now. Nevyu's going to take full advantage of that. The reads on the jump back there from Psycho, but the parry, that's going to be enough. That deals a ton of damage.
Nice.
Our cap. Oh, Captain, my cap.
So we're in this situation again where Nephew, being the lone member of the team, taking the advice from both of his teammates. Again, in this situation where he has to carry the team at this point, the lone member, the team captain, and for a reason.
And roundhouse.
No. Wake up, EX uppercut does pay off for Psycho this time. With the V-skill coming in, being able to parry and then follow through from Nephew with Colleen. A different kind of parry. Rock bottom once again. One more sequence.
Really close this time right now. Another one. Throw didn't stun. And another throw. Nephew is just abusing these tick throws. Psycho not expecting him to just go for the tick throw, just trying to walk out. Just keeps getting scooped.
Yeah, he conditioned him from the beginning of this match to kind of just sit there and take the blocks because of all the frame traps he presented, even going into Parabellum, right? So it's really hard to contest. Speaking of, EX Parabellum on the way up. Sweep, regular ice hands.
I love the answer back there as that standing roundhouse. Finally, not close enough to get the follow-up on the stomp.
Ooh.
This is not looking good. Need to be careful. Psycho. Activate. Full CA available. So it's not out of his hands just yet. Psycho can make something big happen. Whether he wants to spend it on the big payout to get the damage.
Oh, the neutral jump. Could have been a big deal. Had it landed. Nephew blocked correctly. The critical art. Come here. Going to take him to the other side. Going to be closer. Going to get a meaty afterwards. Not dead yet. Oh, you can't even tell the hair was in the way.
That was cheap. All I saw was a blue flame, and then I got hit on the legs.
I definitely didn't block. I only saw hair.
Okay.
Oh, regular DP on reversal.
Crushing kick. Didn't get past the side one with that standing roundhouse. There we go. The reversal throws it.
Back-to-back throws.
Nephew is looking way too sharp right now. Wake up, jab, activate. Nikali in control.
Oh, that was a point-blank sweep. Best believe it's going to be a big punish and the kill. Nephew eliminates the last member of Team Spirit.
Dude, you're a beast.
Man, that tick throw option that Nephew just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, just continue to do. It's like, oh, you're not going to break the throw? Cool. Not gonna break the throw? Cool. Like, it's those small things. That's what I said. Street Fighter V is not like an extremely difficult game. It's just those small things that you need to pay attention to. The guesses that come from forced situations, like that tick throw situation. You didn't want to get clipped by a button. You saw him crush counter with buttons like standing fierce, standing roundhouse. You're gonna second guess getting away. Those throws were the option that beat out every other thing that he wanted to do, and that's just how it went down.
Yeah, and even if you start to develop a better understanding of the game, the layers start to add on. Do I want to frame trap somebody? How do I condition them? How do I keep myself from getting conditioned, right? You always have to pay attention to the steps prior, and that's exactly what Frost was doing, what Team Frost was doing. Each and every one of these members were applying these layers, and that ultimately led to their victory. And speaking of, Rip is standing by with that winning team.
Thanks, Vicious. You know, I was thinking very hard about Justin's ban then. I was like, why would he ban dual Kevin's Rashid? And I think the idea was he puts you on the G so he doesn't have to play against your G. And I think that's kind of maybe the strategy behind there. How did you feel after that ban phase?
After the ban phase, like, I feel like we kind of knew that he wasn't going to ban Colleen. We knew that he was going to ban one of those two because he didn't want to play my G. So we felt okay about that.
And then, of course, you pulled through phenomenal stuff here. You know, they leave your Colleen open. This is what everyone seems to be trying to aim for most of the time. So finally, when it's left open, you get the OCV, you put your team on top. How does that make you feel right now?
it feels pretty good. I think this is the first time that my Colleen's really like showed up in this league, so feels good for me at least.
Yeah, and I definitely think that we're going to maybe see people perhaps go back to the Colleen ban. And of course, I see you over your duel, Kevin. You're popping off all the time for your team. You're a big moral support. How has that role been for you on the team when you're not getting the W's?
I mean, so Nephew's been putting in most of the work, pretty much all the work when it comes to our 2 wins so far. So I have to be at least the hype man or the observer, where I'm pay attention to some things they might have missed. So it's the least bit I could do if I'm not getting W's to do that. Add something a little bit extra.
No, yeah, without a doubt. Of course, this is still a team effort, up to snuff. You've been playing phenomenally as well. Phenomenally. Of course, that was fantastic. But let's throw it on back to the desk for more crazy action from SFL.
Well, you're not going to get the crazy action from us, that's for sure. We are also the observers. And I really like that response from Duel Kevin. We always talk about it, how Kevin is completely fulfilling his role as a team player and has been one of the most effective team members, in my opinion, from the rest of the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made a difference. As you can see here, these standings are going to show you at 6th place, Team Psycho 1 and 3. Team Spirit, after that loss, is going to put them down at 5th as well, led by Justin Wong. They got to do some rescheduling. Team Gale at 4th place, led by Knuckle Doo. At 3rd place, Nephew going up to 2 and 2 now. And then you see Team Storm in 2nd place after an amazing victory today, led by Idom. And then, of course, Team Inferno still holding strong with that good old 4-0 in this week's Street Fighter League.
We're winding down further and further into Season 1 of the Street Fighter League. Again, these guys are incredible. It's nonstop action each and every week. And who's going to be doing something about that? Team Inferno, completely undefeated. Because as we get closer and closer, these guys are fighting for those top 3 spots for a grand total of just over $50,000 split amongst the 3 team. Again, 1st place is going to be taking home $30,000. 2nd place with $15,000, and 3rd place rounding out with $6,000 towards the end of the year. And again, only the top 2 teams get invited back into Season 2. So these guys really need to step it up. I'm really excited to see how it's all going to play through, Steve.
Well, Week 5 has come to a close. We've still had some ridiculous battles so far. We've seen some OCBs. We've seen some crazy smack talk. Next week, we already got our matches lined up for you guys. Make sure you tune in. And those matches will be Team Psycho will be going up against Team Frost, who we just saw. We're going to see Team Gale go up against Punk's undefeated Team Inferno. We're going to see Idom and their new empowered Team Storm go up against Team Spirit, led by Justin Wong, who you guys just saw. Now, make sure you tune in next week. Mr. Vicious and I will be giving you the words of wisdom. And until then, play some good Street Fighter. Have a good night.